All right, so good evening, everybody. Can you guys hear me? If you can hear me, indicate on the chat box. Um, all right, thank you so much. So I can be heard properly. We are going to start because we have only 4 hours and we have a lot to talk about data entry. So we will start now. So the rest will join us when they are ready. It's not a Nigerian time thing. It's not a Nigerian time thing. Our 4 o'clock is 4 o'clock, right? Let me see time. Okay, they still have 1 minute. All right. They still have 1 minute. Okay. Um, if you can see my screen, let me know, please. If I share my screen and you can see my screen, let me know. Can you guys see my screen? All right. Thank you so much. So, like I said, we're not going to keep so short, much time. So we'll be able to cover everything that we need to learn today. So we actually have a lot of packages for everyone. So I think it's four, right? So four now. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Digital Bazookas Tech Academy. So today, this is our what? This is our free Women in Tech, right? The aim of this program is to empower our women, especially our mothers, but our brothers and our daddies are equally welcome, right? All right, if you're a Christian, I welcome you in the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. If you're a Muslim, Assalamu alaikum, Allah Akbar. All right, so I welcome everybody. So let's start. Yeah, before we start, please, if you have your question during the training, it's okay. You can actually do what? You can write your word, you can write your name, right? So if you have a question during the training, you can actually do what? You can write your name, okay? You can write your name. So for us to start, I want us to start about a few things about the company, right? Let's just talk about a few things about the company, all right? Okay. All right, the name of the company is Digital Bazookas Tech Academy. So I'll be very fast in the introduction. So if you have any question, please feel free to do what? To write it down because we have a lot to learn. So I'll be very fast. So the aim of this program is to impact our mothers, our women who really loves to be in a tech, but they think it's a very big deal, right? So we are trying to give back to the society. First, we started with the mothers and soon we are going to be having a program like this very soon. We'll be having a lot of programs like this. All right. All right. You can see the screen. All right. Thank you so much for confirming. All right, Digital Bazooka Tech Academy. The theme of the program is Women in Tech. It's just a day, so it's actually scheduled for 5 hours. Yeah, from 4 until we are done. So it's all about our women today, right? It's all about our women today, right? So I am the CEO. I am the founder of this company. I started this company in 2020, in 2019, actually in Italy. And in last year, being 2024, I decided to bring it down to Nigeria to empower our people. So by His grace, it's actually moving more than I expected because of you guys, everyone here. So about us, like I said, we started in where? In Italy, right? So, but now we're back home, right? So these are our team. They are not all the whole team actually, but these are the ladies that helped us to do what? To make sure that this training is successful. So we have our manager. She's our general manager. She's our student leader, and Joku is our sales manager. So all the women that helped us to organize this program, they all work with us. You can see our finance manager, our sales coordinator, and our marketing manager. So we have a full team, and our baby in the house, Destiny. She's actually the youngest. She's still in school, so she's our baby in the house. So what is the mission, right? Our mission is to ensure that what tech becomes what? A household. When I say household, it becomes the way we feel free to use our mobile appliances, our devices, without thinking it's difficult, right? So you can press anything in your phone, you can download, you can use your mobile, right? So to make what? To make a premium teaching tech educations, right? Accessible to anyone that we wants to learn, grow, and lead, right? We're excited to empower individuals with a job-ready skills. Actually, the major reason of this company was to make tech accessible, right? I realize a lot of things that in Nigerians, most of us are all engaged in specialized courses like website, web development, cybersecurity, and a lot of things. And it makes a job search to be very difficult. When you specialize in a particular field, it's fine, it's cool, but the other way around, it decreases the chances of you getting a job. And for that, we decided to come up with a lot of packages, which I'm going to explain before we start, right? So you can see our vision and our dreams, right? All right, this is the director of the company. He's an engineer, he's an IT specialist, he's a software developer, right? So these are the basic courses we actually have that we offer. We have our project management training, IT support training, our sales and marketing training, right? We have our customer support training, our business analytics, virtual assistant. If you want to be a virtual assistant, if you want to become a virtual assistant, or you want to be a customer support a specialist, CRM sales and marketing tools, right? So you can see we have a lot of courses. We have a digital marketing and the what's products. So we have project and product management, right? So we have a full load of courses. So the key features, right? I won't go deep in all this anyway. So this is our UI UX design, right? We have our cybersecurity, it's under our special courses and our data analytics, right? So we have our web development. So we had, since last year, we've started, a lot of students has actually graduated from us, and more are still going under the process of the training. So our classes is almost every month. So we have sections every month for our, we call it a group course or ITF training. It's for 7 to 8 weeks. this particular training we brings all the fundamentals that we need to work. We bring out all the fundamentals that we need to work, and we put them all together, and that becomes a one course. Is that clear? We brought out all the fundamentals that you need to get job easily. It means that when you register for ITF or our group course, you will have the fundamental knowledge of virtual assistant, customer support, project tools, CRM tools, sales and marketing. So we grouped this course in such a way that after having this course, anywhere there is job, anywhere, any opportunity that comes up for you, you will be able to do what? You'll be able to grab it, right? Okay. So you can see everything we have for what about the company. This is not our website. A lot of people have sent me message asking me if we are registered. Yes, we are registered. When you go to our website, you are going to see what? You're going to see our registration number. We are not hiding anything, right? So we put it out there. So if you want to check, we are fully registered with the organizations and equally with Nigeria. Okay, the same goes in Italy. We are equally registered in Italy, right? So now for us to start our course, data analysis, right? Data entry, sorry, before I said data analysis, if we start data analysis today, analytics is gonna be hard for us to finish, right? So I've already designed a slide for this training. So I'm going to use this slide. I'll make sure I make it very slim, right? I'll make sure I make it very slim so that we'll be able to finish early, right? All right, let's see what our slide looks like. Our remaining tech, what it looks like. All right, this is it. All right. So welcome to Digital Bazooka once again, all our mommies, all our brothers, and all our sis. We love you all, and we tell you to, we say welcome once again. All right, we're about to start the course now. So today is all about full training on data entry. So you will be able to learn a lot of things, what a data entry is, how to extract leads, right? You will be able to learn how to extract leads, how to put the leads in your spreadsheet, right? And equally how to design a portfolio for what? For data entry jobs, right? So this is the theme of today. Women in Tech, the full data entry training, right? For our women, right? So I've said a few things about us, so I'm going to try to move fast. You can see our other themes, right? So I'm going to try to uh, 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 okay, this is part of it. This is our courses. I've mentioned that too. We have IT support training. We have a customer support training, virtual assistant training, product management, and the digital marketing training. So all these we have under our portfolio. And below you can see more. UI stroke, UX design, our cybersecurity fundamentals, our data analytics, and the web development. So these are all the courses we have. So today's training, you'll be able to learn what is a data analysis, how to use Excel and Google Sheets to walk through. Forget about the break. We did not start actually in the morning, so we are going to jump off from the break. The basic is cell data entry. The CRM tools that you require us to do to be a very good data entry specialist, right? You're going to learn about our Google Practice. If you have your cell phone or you have your laptop, get ready because we want everybody to join us in the training, right? Okay. So let's start. Data entry is the process of what? Collecting data information, right? So it's the process of collecting data, inputting and updating digital information into the what? Into computer system using what? Spreadsheet, databases, or software tools, right? So why do we pick this particular course? Data entry is like it's centered it's like the key, or it is like a the starting point of IT, right? So it's very easy to learn, right? It's highly demanded in all industries. It's remote friendly, right? So industry that uses data entry, e-commerce, health, a lot of them. These are just a few. Logistics, finance, education, health, right? So these are a few of the industries that uses what? Data entry, right? So these are the skills you need to acquire for you to be a very good data entry specialist. Number one is what? Accuracy. Make sure you enter the correct data without errors. Number one, check your work before you submit. Don't just, normally there might be errors, but ensure you correct them. You check them before you submit. Speed. We need speed. You need to type very fast. So normally in my class, I used to give some tools for the student to learn how to type fast because it helps, right? Because of what? Fast typing helps to improve productivity, right? Attention to details. Make sure you listen properly when you're client or when you're working for people. Attention to detail. You have to make sure you listen very well, right? So make sure your phone number formats. We have a phone number format in there, data entry, right? Then time management, completing tasks before deadlines, completing tasks before deadlines, and ensure that the organizing workflow or to handle multiple files. Do you understand? So now let's move with the type of data entry we have. We can actually manually type a data. We can copy and paste. We can use what? Numerical entry, image to text, and then audio to text. You know what is audio text? Audio to text. When you check your Google form, we have a this function is there, audio to text, right? Where you can be talking and it's gonna record and turn it into text, right? So these are common tools we use when we want to uh, work on data or to enter register data, right? We have our Microsoft Excel, but mostly people now goes for Google Excels, but it doesn't mean that. But me, I prefer Google Sheets, right? So, but initially, the first times, I think people love Micro Excel, but now I think Google is taking over slowly, right? So we will be using Google today to learn everything we want to learn. So type of CRM systems, we have the Salesforce, right? Which helps us to do what? Manage our customers data and ensure that we have a proper follow-ups, right? So understanding data types, we have a lot of data types, right? We have a lot of data type. We have text data, we have numeric data, we have Boolean, we have date and time, and a lot more, right? Data type based plastics. If you're very consistent in using formatting, you will know that you'll be able to learn fast. So consistency in formatting, validations of techniques. So when you're using a validation of techniques, like using the drop down list or a data validations rules is going to make what? That's one of the best practice. So ensure you use your Google form. You learn every day more and more, right? So frequent savings of what? Saving and what? And backups. So ensure that your work anyway, Google Tools, they back up automatically, right? You don't need to come up to service. So they back up, right? So confidentiality. Let secret be secret. Let secret be secret. Don't expose whatever that's um belongs or is for the company or individual data that you corrected. Don't expose it. Summary, let secret be secret. Learn how to use a template. So we are going to look at all these things we are saying in a few minutes. Real life demonstration. Do you understand? So Google spreadsheet, that's what I choose that we're going to use. Where do we find this remote job you're talking about? So normally I do let my student understand. I give them job search sites, and we help them to do what? We help them to build their CV, help them to register online. We help them to build their portfolio, and we ensure they are ready before they graduate. So all these processes you will learn if you are part of frauds, right? So you're going to learn how to verify what client work, Upwork, Fiverr, all these freelancing.com, remote jobs, bots, remote.com, and then we work remotely. How these are all free steps, they are all free courses, they are under our free courses. That means after your course, before you graduate, we are going to give you this as a free course, right? So now hands-on practical training, I want us to learn about what our customer database. You have to learn how to do what? How to do what? Work with a simple template such as a database, customer database, inventory spreadsheet, the leads tracker, leads, right? So, let's take like a company, like your company asks you to do what? Okay, let me just put up my video. Can you guys see me? All right. So let's say before I start the retraining. So let's say the company that hires you wants you to do what? To enter extract leads from the extract leads, right? So you have to learn how to extract leads. You have to know where to generate leads from, and you will be able to know what to do with those leads you generated. So you try tags on there, which include entering sample records, sorting and filtering data using what information tools. So we're going to see how you can actually, after you've collected these data, how do you actually sort them? How do you actually use those formatting tools, and how do you create totals using formulas, right? So the first thing for us to generate the leads we are going to use, because we don't actually have data, right? We don't even have information. We don't have customers or names of anybody we want to use. So for us, I want to start this training from scratch. For that, we are going to build these are the means we can actually generate leads. So the first one, we are going to look at building a Google form so that we can put it up on social medias, and we can extract leads just like the way we did that we put up online that everybody registered, and that's why we're here, right? Then we're going to know how to use Google search to do what? To search for leads, how to use Chrome Maps, right? How to use Apollo and LinkedIn. So this is like the basic for today, right? This is like the basic, and this is just how to generate leads. So creating of a Google form for lead collections, gathering leads from a additional source, right? Additional source like a Google search, Google what? Google Maps, Apollo, and then LinkedIn. We equally can generate, or we equally can create leads manually, right? So when we create a Google form and we embed it online, or we take the link and post online, we'll be able to do what? We are going to generate a lot of leads that we are going to use for our what? Our entry, our data entry, right? So we can equally do that. We can do the same by through Google search, through Google Maps, right? Apollo and LinkedIn, right? The another one is like, let's say we have a CSV already with the company, and we want to do what? Manually transfer it to our digital world. All right. Thank you so much. May God bless you. We welcome you and we love you so much. So let's start the real meeting, right? So on behalf of Digital Bazooka Tech Academy, we warmly welcome you to this special data entry remote work training. So we are truly honored that you are here today. So we say what? Thank you so much and welcome, right? Now, remember the first thing I said we're going to do? We want to start by doing what? Building our form. Our what? Form. Our Google form, right? We want to start by building our Google form, right? So now let's start. So how do we get the Google form? You can get the Google form. Let me know. Are you guys still seeing my screen? Are you guys still seeing my screen? Just type if you're seeing my screen, please indicate if you're seeing my screen. All right. All right. Thank you so much, Chineye. All right. So, for us to get our Google form, because we said the first thing we want to do is for us to do what? To build a Google form, because we need a what? Data. We need to get, we're talking about data entry, data entry, data entry. How do we get this data? How do we get this customers' information? How do we extract? Where do we get them from? So maybe you are working as a virtual assistant, or you'll be working as a virtual assistant, or you'll be working as a customer support or whatever. And your company says, please, we need more. We want you to generate more what? More potentials, customers. We want you to generate more clients for us, right? And you'll be like, how do I do that? No, you don't need to ask them, because that's why we're here. So the first thing we are going to learn today is how to build our Google form. How to build our Google form. And for us to do that, if you look at this waffle icon, right? This is if you are having a Google account like your Gmail, even in your cell phone, you will be able to see your Google tools. These are called the Google tools. If you don't have them, don't worry. Go to your Play Store and download all these Google tools, right? So the first thing we want to do is to start with our Google form, right? All right. So I was able to extract one Google form. Is there a problem, Taiwo? Taiwo, if there's a problem, you guys have to write it down when I finish the training, or after every section. I will do what? I will try to take up some questions. So don't worry. If you have a question, just write them down so that you don't forget. Okay. So when I finish the first section, I will take up the questions, then we go to the second one, right? All right, let's start. So you can see what where we came to. So we can, when you look here, this is what our Google Form home screen actually looks like, right? So from here, from the right section, we have a template options. So when you go in, we have a lot of a lot of templates we can actually select and use, right? So if you look under those templates, you can see what they can be used for. So in case you are working in the company and you really want to make use of all these templates, is okay, right? So you can come here and check and check the ones that you need under your Google form, right? So here you are going to see the view. How do I want to view? This is a list view, right? This is a list view, but I actually prefer to use a grid view to view my Google form, right? To do what? To view my Google form. So like I told you before, you can actually get your Google form from your Google tools or your Waffle tools, right? Another place we can actually get our Google form is from where? Is from your Google Drive, right? So when you go to your Google Drive, using your plus new button, you will be able to go down to see what? To see your Google form, right? To see your Google form, right? So you can see it brought us directly to where? It brought us directly to where? To our blank Google form, right? So, but let's go back because I want us to use the first one we opened. So here we have an option to start from blank form. We have an option to start from blank form. All right, so let's start. So I'm going to click on this. What do we want to do? Remember what we want to do. We want to do what? We want to build a form and put it online so that people can fill it up and you extract what? Their data from it and submit. So before you start preparing this form, you have to actually know what is your aim. What is the aim? What is the target? From what your company want from you? What's the essence of this form that will enable you to do what? To know exactly how to go about this form. But for the sake of this training, we are going to build a form that is going to do what? Is going to help us to collect data online, right? It's going to help us to collect data online. So let's start. So from the left, you can see that this is our form and it's not actually named, It's still untitled, right? So let's put a name there. Let's say we name this word Women in Tech, right? Let's say we name it Women in Tech, right? Just let's leave it there. This is the name. So we've actually named our phone. So after the name, what do you see? Move to. That's is talking about where do you want to save this phone? Where do you want to save the phone? If you open it, we have an option to create new forms. We have an option to put it up or move it to the forms we've already created in our drive, or we have an option to stay it under all location, right? So when you click on my drive and go down to this plus button, you will be able to do to add a new folder in case if you don't want to add your work in all these folders. So if you don't want to add the work in all these folders, you can do what? You can add a new folder. So let's say we want to call this folder what? Data entry, right? We are naming our folder what? Data entry. So you see we were able to do what? To create a new folder called the data entry, and we want to move what? We want to move our women in tech there, right? So we are just going to click on move, and it's done. Do you understand? So what did we get here? It has been moved into what? My drive to data entry. So we actually created what? A folder called data entry, and we moved our what? Our form to it. Is that clear? So this is for move. We selected where we want to do it to save our work, right? Okay. Now this is a step button. Let's go back to our Google Drive so that you understand better what a state button is. When it's state, what does it mean? When it's state, it means what? We are adding some what? We are adding some. Let me go in first so we can see. So this is our stay there section in our drive. So these are all what? These are all files and all folders that I stayed, right? So it's like adding importance is like adding a search bar to it. Like if I want to search it's easier for me to get a document in a state bar, in a state menu than to start searching in the whole words, in the whole home screen. Do you understand? Or in the whole drive. Do you understand? So this is like we are giving what? We are giving a attention, or we are giving importance to the form, right? So let's just put a stud in our form so that it's easy for us to do what? To guess. And when I stud it, what color do I have? I have a black. But remember, we can actually change all these colors. Is that okay? So that's about our left section. So when you come to our right section, we have a lot of things. We have the add-ons, right? We have the add-ons, but we're not talking about the add-ons here because I will tell you guys what to do with it later. Most of these functions, I may not talk about them. I will come back to talk about them. So let's select the ones we might need now, right? To start building our form. So you can see what I did. I came to the theme because I want to start designing the form. I want us to start designing our form, right? So when I click on the theme, it brought me here. Here I have an option to do what? To select, to design. Either I want to use by default the gallery they have here, right? The pictures they have here already by default. Google has already has some pictures for us. So I can decide to do what? To select some pictures here, or I can upload directly from my system, right? So for me to upload from the system, I'm going to click on upload, right? So I'll be able to select. Before this, I've already built a banner for my words. I've already built a banner using my words, using my Canva. So I'm going to, on the process, if there is time, I will equally teach you guys how to use Canva to build a banner. Just a very, it doesn't take time. It's like a drop on. Let's use this one. I think this will be okay for us. Just I have a lot of banners, but I don't know the one. All right, this is cool. Just for the sake of the training, right? So I've selected the banner. The same thing, I can equally decide to do what? To change the colors, both the background color, I can work on the background color, right? Here we can decide to change the text if we don't want, but I think this is okay. by default is a roboter, right? So we can decide to change what? To change the text or change the header, the style, the text style, right? But this is okay. The header is okay. All of them, they selected them by default to be roboter, right? All right. So you can see how we are able to add what? To add a theme to our what? Our form, right? All right. All these ones, and we're going to talk about it in a few minutes. So let's just step down. Now we've added what? We've added the name to our what? To our form. Let's now describe why is this form, what the form is used for, and other things. So I will come to this place and say that this form is for what? It's for our what? Our moms, right? Let's just use that name, moms, right? Moms at home. All right, so you can see I'm trying to give more meaning to the form. Now, what is all this? What is all this beside here? So we're going to start using each and every one. Remember what I said, we want to build what? We want to build a survey form, and we equally want to build what? We want to build a form to collect data from the online, right? So coming to these sections, you are going to see this is what is a question section. That means if I want to add more question to this section, I will be able to use this plus button to do that, right? So when you come down, you have an import questions. We are going to use all these add titles and description, add image, and add videos and add section, right? All right. So for us to start, let's start the question. Of course, we want their full name, right? We want the full name of the clients, right? We cannot generate leads without knowing their names, right? Those are our potential clients or customers, right? So definitely our clients want us to have a full detail. So for you to get a full information about any leads, you have to start with the name. And the name, it's like a line, right? It's just a short answer. So we'll not be needing more than this. Here now, this is where what? This is what we call the drop downs, right? The menu, the drop menus, right? Here we're going to see a lot of options that we can actually give our potential customers to give us an answer, right? We have an option of short answers, paragraph, multiple choices, checkbox, drop down, a lot things here, right? What they can equally upload a file like a CV, right? And the linear scale. So we are going to find out what we can actually use all these things to do one by one. So we've used the first one, called what? The short answers, right? Because of what we want them to tell us their names. And for them to tell us their name, we just need few answers like, right? Okay. So this is a tell me your name. It's okay. Now I've added that. I want to add more question. How do I do that? You have to come to this place and click on plus sections, which said add the questions, right? So when you do that, you have to come down. Another thing we might need from them is what? Is their email, right? We need their email. And equally for them to give us an email, we don't need a paragraph. It's just a line, right? It's just a very short answers that we need from them. So we are choosing this the second time, right? So the last thing we might love to get from them, it's their phone number. And these are just the three basics that we really need from our clients, right? Or our prospects, right? So we're going to use the short answers. So you can see the way we are able to do what? We are able to add our theme. And we added what? Our description, the name of the form. And we added the name, right? We want their full name, we want their emails, and we want their phone. So for them to fill this form, we want it to be a must. So they must fill this form before they go to email. So we are going to decide how we want them. If it's not a must, if we don't need their phone number or we don't need their email, we may decide not to leave it. But we actually need the names and the phone numbers and the what and the email. These are the three basics, right, of data that we want to extract. Do you understand? All right. So now you can see we are able to do what? To build a form that will extract the data. Now we want to start adding what? Our survey questions to this, right? Okay, for us to do that, we are going to start adding a section. Section 1 is for what? Section 1 is for us to do what? To collect all the data we required, right? And for me to add an extra section, not a question, a section here, I need to use this button. Do you understand? This is what? Add a section button. Do you get it? So when I add a section button, you can see it's almost a section 2, right? It's almost the same with the first one that is a section 1 of a 2, right? So we are trying to do what? What are we trying to do here? We want to start getting what? Their survey. And for us to do that, we need to start asking them two questions to understand how they feel and if they know about our company, how do they want us to progress and what next do they want us to do? Is that clear? So we can start doing that by adding our questions, right? And the first question I want to add for them is what? I want them to tell me, let them tell us, right? Let me clean this. We can ask them, tell us what you think about, sorry, I'm using capital letters so that it will be visible very well. Tell us what you think about the program, right? About the program, this program, right? So another good thing about Google Form is that it can actually be corrected automatically by Google, right? So if there is an error, it's going to show you with a red line under it, then you know there is an error. So now we want what? We want them to do what? To tell us, right? We want them to do what? To tell us about how they feel about this course, right? We want them to tell us. But for them to tell us, let's ask them a question if they actually registered, right? So this is the theme of this. We want them to do what? To tell us. And you have an option to do what? To add to board and use all these functions. But for now, let's just tell us what you think about our program, right? By doing what? By answering the questions below. Are you hearing? Are you getting it? Answering the questions, right? Answering the questions. What's below, right? All right. So we want them to tell us what they feel about this, our women in tech, but we need them to answer those questions that we are adding below, right? So this is what, this is our survey section. Let's just keep it as a survey because we want to know how they feel, what they feel about the company, right? So the first question we are going to ask them first is what? Do you register, right? We want to know if they actually registered with us, right? So we are going to ask if did you register? Of course. We want to know if they register, right? So it's gonna be a question. So we've added what? The first question was we want to know if they actually registered with us, right? And for us to get this information, for them to give us this information, we are going to do what? We are going to give them a paragraph. But what if some people registered and some did not register? What will happen? Right? So we want to add everything. Let's add everything. So we have an option of what? Yes or no now, right? We have an option for yes or no. Well, maybe some people don't even know. They have forgotten if they register or not. So now we are going to do what? Let's say somebody said he registered. Yes. We want them to move to the next question. We don't want them to answer the second question. And what is the second question? The second question is for them to tell us why they did not register, right? We want to know why they did not register for our program. And for us to know this, we want them to tell us in a different section. So the reason why we want to do this is for you to understand or for you to learn how you can actually link questions by sections. Are you understanding? So let's say we want to build another section. So anybody that said, yes, I registered for this program, I'm going to send the person directly to the next question. Do you understand? It doesn't need to go to no questions. So for us to do that, let's just add two sections, right? Sorry, not a section. Let's undo it. I want to add a section, but I added a question. So for me to add a section, I need to come to this place, right? All right. And I'm going to add two sections. Do you know why I want to add this two section? I want, if someone said If someone said, yes, I did what? Yes, I registered your course. Of course, I want them not to go to section 3. But if they said, no, I did not register your course, I want them to tell us why they did not register our course. So this is our 3 section, right? Okay. So we are going to ask them the question. So this is where we need an answer. Let's call it a answer. We need an answer from them because we want to know why they did not do what, why they did not register, right? So here we are going to put up the question for them. We want them to tell us what, why you did not register. Why? Just let's say, why didn't you register, or why you did not register? Any of them can go, right? So let's say we are asking them why they did not register with us, right? So now let's go up. So you are going to get the points. Let's say I asked them, did you register? And he said no, right? When he says no, I want him to tell me why he did not register, right? And for that, I'm going to use a better drop down for her or him. Why? Because I need an explanation. He has to tell me. And for them to give you a deep explanation, we're going to select the paragraph. We're going to do what? We are selecting the paragraph. Why did you not register? Okay, it's still okay, right? So we are selecting the what? We are selecting the paragraph so that they will have enough space to do what? To tell us why they did not register. So from here, you can see we have a paragraph, right? In our drop downs, we have paragraphs, and this they have a multiple options, right? Because they can say yes, they can say no. So this is a multiple options. Then when you go up to section 1s, I think we have only short answers. Do you see the way we are using our drop downs, right? Okay. So now we want them to tell us why they did not register. So for that, if they say no, we are bringing them to this section, right? So we are going to add another section for people that said yes, right? We are going to do what? We are going to add another section for people that did what? That said yes. And this is for the last question. So this question is supposed to be in the word. It's supposed to be in there. In where? In the section 3, right? Because we want them to tell us why they did not register. Then we have our section 4, right? So we're going to do what? We're going to bring it down again. We're going to do what? We are going to bring this down again because of what? We want to add a new question for people that said what? Said yes, right? They registered, right? So for that, I'm going to name this one what? Basic, right? Let's say this is the basic section, right? Because they registered. Now I want to ask them a few more questions like what do they want us to add, right? Which course more they want me to train for free again, right? I will now tell them, tell me free courses you want me to train. Sorry, let's put it in capital letters so people can see it. Don't worry, I'm coming to questions. If you have any questions, just write it there. I will come to questions. I will pick them up, all right? Just listen first. So we want them to tell us what? We want them to tell us what topic do you want for, or do you want us to do what? To give for free again, to give free, right? So we are asking them, they want our what? Sorry, there's an error here. So we want them to tell us what the course that they want us to give out for free again, right? Because we have all they need and we are ready to give back to the society. Now let's go back to our section 2, right? Let's go back to our section 2. So I'm going to take this because this is for section 2. See, you can actually do what? Drag and drop. You can actually do what? Drag and drop your phone. All right, sections 2. Let's say this person says yes. If he says yes, he's not going to section 2, right? All right. So we want to start connecting the sections. So let's say anybody that says yes. For us to do that, we are going to click on this ellipsis button and we are going to do what? Use our go to section based on your answer. So we are going to send all these our potential clients. We want to send them to sections based on the answer they gave us, right? So let's say anybody that says yes, he doesn't need to tell us why he did not register because of course he registered. So we want them to go directly to section 3. Do you understand? Then anybody that said no, that he did not register, we want them to do, which section is the next one? Section 4, sorry. So if they said what, this should be section, if they said no, we want them to go to section 3. And when they say yes, we want them to go to which section? We want them to answer, to tell us why, right? And we're sending them to section 3. Do you understand? When they say no, we want them to go to section 3. Which one is section 3 again? For no or for yes? Why didn't you? Okay, for no is section 3. Then for yes is which section? Is there section 4, which is the basic. Is that clear? So anybody that says yes is not going to come to answer this question because already he registered or she registered, right? But if they said no, right, they will have to tell us. They have to come to section 2 and answer why they did not register. Is that clear? Don't worry, we are going to check if everything we created is working. All right. Now, we want this set of people that have registered to do what? To tell us why, which course they want us to give out again for free. The reason why I'm creating these sections and these questions is because I want you to understand how you can actually use all these drop menus. Is that clear? All these drop menus. All right. So now let's say in the basic section, which is the fourth section. So whoever that says yes is going to come directly to section 4. And whoever that says no is going to come to section 2. Is that clear? It's going to come to where? Section 3. Is that clear? So yes, we'll come to section 4. No, we come to section 3. Do you understand? That's how we connected it. All right. So now they are going to tell us what? They are going to tell us the topic they want us to take up again. And when they tell us the topic they want to, because they attended this class, I want them to tell me what they think we are going to improve. How do we improve? Right? I want them to tell us, how do we improve? Because we want to give the best to our clients, right? So I'm going to ask her, how do we improve, right? Okay, so this is another question. Now the last question, because it's how do you improve, which of the drop down do you think we are going to choose? We are going to choose the what? The paragraph. We are going to choose the paragraph, right? So another thing I might want to add before we start linking is what we want them to scale to tell us how do our performance. How do you think we perform? How do we perform, right? We want them to know that how do they think we perform? And for them to do that, we want to give them a linear scale. A linear what? A linear scale. So I'm trying as much as possible. So let's just make this 1 to 10. And the 1 is going to be bad. And the 10 is going to be good. Do you understand? So now let me go back again. So you guys are going to get everything I just did. Right? Okay. So these are our clients, right? And we have already done what? We've already linked. If they say yes, when they said yes, they registered. There is no need of them telling us why they did not register. That's why we connect them directly to go to section 4 to start answering other questions, right? The basics. All right. When we have those people that say they did not register, we send them to what? To section 3, because we want them to tell us why they did not register. Is that clear? All right. So for us, what do? We have to connect sections by using what? This ellipsis button and send everyone to different section based on answers. Is that clear? All right. Now it looks so good in my eyes, but are you sure it's very good? So let's try. Let's just see what I've done and see if it's working. So after building your form, it's well advised for you to do what? To check and ensure it's working. All right, this is where they are going to put their name. I think it's okay, right? Their email is cool, right? Their phone number is cool, right? This is the first section, remember. So we are going to, after they fill this one, they are going to click on next, right? And when they come to next, they will be able to see what? They will be able to see our what? Okay, I have to fill, sorry. I have to fill this for me to go there, right? Let me just fill anything, just for it to accept me to go to the next sections. So for phone, just for the sake of this meeting, right? So I click on next. So it's going to take me to section 2, right? Did you register? That's the question. Section 2. I'm asking them if they registered, right? Let's say he said, yes, I registered. Remember, we sent them from section 2 to where? To 4 directly, right? Because they registered, right? So do you see? He did not go to section 3 to start telling me why he did not register. I sent him directly to where? To basic section 4 to answer the basic questions. Right now, let's go back. Now, what about the people that did not register with us? When they click on no, what will happen? They are going to be sent to what? Section 3, right? Where they are going to answer the question by why didn't you register? Do you understand? Why didn't you register? Now you can see that actually our form is well built, right? We did it very well. So we're going to go back to do what? To do what? To ensure we finish the menu drop down, right? And because we went there, we're able to see that we don't have a title in our second section. This is why it's very good for you to review your work before you send. So we need what? We can call this one Y, right? Let's just say Y. We just name it Y, right? So you can see that our form is working perfectly. Now, how do we use all these functions? Just for us to use the function, we still have what? We still have import questions. This is very good for like, let's say there is a particular training I'm having on IT, or maybe after 3 months, I want to still use the same form I use for women in tech. I want to use the same form. I can actually come to this place instead of me creating a fresh form. I will come to this place and do what? I will use import a question. So when I click on import question, what is going to happen is going to take me directly to where all those forms are built, and it will ask me which one do I want to select. Let's say I want to take April, or I want to take women in tech again. Then I'm going to insert it, right? Now it's asking me, what do you want to insert in women in tech? Should I select all, everything I've built in the form? Do I want it? Of course, if I bring it in, all right, let me bring it, but it's going to be very, very, let's bring it in and see, right? So let's go down and see. Do you see? It's like repeating everything. So we don't need it, but I just want you to understand that we can actually do what? We can actually import using this. Do you understand? So this is where we can actually add a title and a description. Let's say we want to add a title and a description. For example, I want everybody to subscribe to my newsline. I can come to this place and click on this. So here I can name it what? Newsline, right? Or news feeds, anyone, right? I want them to do what? To subscribe to my newsfeed, right? So I can actually do that using what? Using my add what? Add your title and description. Do you understand? So this is what we need. I'm going to remove it again because the form is going to be too long. Now this is the form we can actually use to add the pictures, right? We want to add some pictures. Let's say maybe the reason why they did not do what they did not register is because they don't even understand what we are saying, right? So I can decide to add a picture here to show them that we are talking about what? Tech. Is that clear? So we can actually upload from directly from the system. We have an option to get it from the web camera by using a link by photos in our Google Photos and Google Drive and Google Images. For now, let's just use our browse through the system. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to select any of the IT pictures I have for training, and I'll bring it up here so that I'm going to show them that we are talking about what? IT, right? So do you see the way I actually brought this, why didn't you register? That's the second one, right? It's in the right place. This is, I can say what? This is IT, what it looks like, right? So this is how you can actually use your what? Use all these menus by the right hand side. The same thing, we can equally bring in our videos. You can bring in video directly from the online. When you click on videos, it's going to take you to went directly to YouTube. Let's say we want a racing car, right? We want a racing car to be in, right? Or we can put up any videos, or we can choose anything. Just let's see if we have okay, this is less. So do you see, we can actually do what? When you are building your form and you want to have a picture and a video, it's very, very possible, right? Maybe you want to give more explanation, you want people to understand better and the other things. So you can actually do what? You can actually use your Google form to embed everything you want. So let's remove it. We won't be needing it too, because of what? It will be too long for us, right? But I just want to show you. So now you can see we've used all the formulas in the right hand side. We've added some questions. We've added what? We imported the one we built, and we added some newsline, title and description, and we equally did what? We added the pictures and the videos, right? So we almost finished the menus in the right hand side. Now let's go and see if we actually finished the ones inside, right? So here we can see we use the short answer, the paragraph, the multiple, but we've not used the check box and the drop box, right? So for us to use the check box and the drop box, and because they said no, or let's go down and add the drop box. So for the people that said, we asked them, tell us what topic you want us to do what to add more, right? So we can actually come and do what and add more questions here, right? We want to add more questions here so that we are going to be able, this is tell us what, why they, what the courses we want them to do what to have again. We want to give another free training and we want them to tell us. Then we'll ask them, choose from these courses, right? We can come to this place and say, this is our courses, right? So we are going to tell them the courses. Now, for us to list all the courses we want, we'll be using what? We'll be using our checkbox or our Dropbox. So let's say we selected our checkbox. So here we can write IT support, right? I'm only entering for you to drop down. Customer support, right? Then we're going to list everything. Virtual assistant, right? So we can write more. So do you know what will happen? They have the options to come and do what? They have the options. Let me remove this. We don't need it. So they have the options to come and choose either is IT or IT support or IT customer support or anything. So this is how you can actually use what? Use your checkbox. Do you understand? Now it's remaining Dropbox, file upload, and there a lot more. So I'm going to choose maybe like 2 or 3 more, then we move on to the next one. So other ones you can actually find out yourself or when you register, right? All right. So how do you want to perform? And I want them to do what? I'm inviting those ones that did not register to come to our to come to what? Our office. And for me to invite them, I'm going to click on what? I'm going to click on another question, right? I say, please, can you choose a date? I say, okay. I said, what? Choose a date. Choose a date. That's the only thing I want them to do. Let them choose a date they want to come. And for them to do that, I'm putting up a date section, a date section. Do you understand? So here they will be able to do what? They will be able to choose a date that they want to come. So that we're going to talk. Let me find out why they did not do what. You see, we are able to use a lot of these menu drop downs, right? The same thing, if I want them to select time, I can equally do that by adding another question sections, right? So I will come to this place. Instead of me choosing the date again, I'll just go down and ask them time. I want them to tell me the time they want to come, right? So I'm going to ask them to choose the time and they will be able to do that here. Don't worry, we are going to see the form. Everybody is going to see the form. I'm going to paste the link and you'll be able to fill it, right? All right. Okay, let's say we want to see the CV of those people that we collected their names, right? We collected their names, their email. We want them to upload their work, or we want them to upload their CVs, right? Let's say they are all students. and we want them to upload their experience or what they want or anything like a file for us to know them better, right? So I'm going to come to this place. What do? I'm going to add what? Another one called upload a file, right? So the reason why I added this one is for me to be able to do what? To show you can actually save or have an option for your clients to upload a whole CV, right? If you want them to upload a specific file, you will be able to do what? You'll be able to upload and tell them the maximum size you want, how many you want, and any every other thing. But for me, I want a maximum of a number of files. Let it be one and other things. Is that not great? You see the way we are able to do what? To use all these, the short answer, the paragraph, the multiple choice, the checkbox, drop down, file, the linear scale, and a lot more, right? So, and we have been able to do what? We equally link our what? We equally link our what? Our form, right? So now let's see what other things we can actually do with our pretty forms, right? So, like I told you, we have a functions, right? These are called the functions what? Formatting tools. So you can equally use it to do what? To add the beauty to your site, to your what? To your form. Do you understand? So do you see how we are able to use this? So why do we create this? Because we want to put it online. People are going to fill it, so we'll be able to get all the information we need from them. Is that clear? So from there, we can actually equally review again what we've reviewed before. So you can see our form is working very perfectly fine because we uploaded two more questions, like what? For them to upload. So they will be able to click here and they upload any file they want us to see. Is that clear? All right, I'll be very fast so that we're going to publish it and face the next. So this is our undo and redo, right? When we make a mistake or we want to go back, we can actually use this, right? And here we have our what? Copy link. Let's leave this. So now, let's say I've published. I want to publish this for us to be able to do what? To finish the rest. So let's publish this, right? So I want to publish this and I want to give a command. What's my command? Anybody with the link. So I'm going to publish this file and I'm going to paste it in the link in the group now, in this class chat box. So fast fingers, I need like 2 or 3 people to fill it very fast. Fill the form very fast, right? I've done what? I've published the form. Now, for me to send this link for you, I'm going to come to this place and click on a link. Then it's too long. You can see this link is too long. So I'm going to click here to do what? To shorten the link. So I'll now be able to copy it and then I will send it to my sweet students, right? Don't worry, I'm coming to those questions. I'm going to take them one by one and we're going to solve all of them. All right. All right. So I want to paste it on the group so that we'll be able to do what? You'll be able to fill it up first for me, please. I have a lot of questions. I thought this is a daughter. Yes, this is a please. I want to ask if this class is recorded. Yes, it's recorded. Please, after this class, can we get access to the training video? Okay, this one is here. Please, is anyone here? People are here. Don't worry. The class is full. This is a webinar, so you may not be able to see other people. Sorry, sweetie. Do you understand? This is webinar, and that's why you won't be able to see other people. Is that clear? Do you understand? So don't worry, people are here. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to paste it. Okay, I think I'll paste this directly to the group so that let me paste the form directly to the group so everybody can fill so that we can receive it directly in our form. So I'll paste the group, go back to the group and um, fill the form. This is a data entry form. How do you enter the data? We are starting by telling you how you are going to extract the data, right? We want to extract the data, right? We want to get information. So you're going to understand why we started with the form, right? So let's say we are waiting for responses and I can equally fill this to be more fast, right? Let's say the name is what? So I want to fill this form, right? I want to fill the form now so that we are going to be very fast. But if there's anybody that can fill it on the line and the class, please hurry up so that we can move to another one, right? So Let me just fill it up first so that I don't need to wait for my students. All right. So this is the form. I'm going to do what? I want to fill it up very fast, right? Let me say the name is what? James, right? So, email, all right? Phone number. Okay. So I want to upload a file. It's not must. I did not say it's must, so I can actually let this flow. Have you registered? I want to go to the, yes, I registered. So I want to go to the next one, right? So this is a, tell us what topic you want us to discuss. IT support, right? IT support. So I'm choosing an IT support. And how do you want us to improve? Add more courses, right? Add more course, right? Then how do you want to scale us? Of course, we're perfect. Then I'm going to submit the form. Now, let me go back. I've submitted the form. The reason why I want everybody to submit the form, yeah, this is what I was looking for. So this is the responses. Now, are you understanding why we created the Google form? This is the responses. So this is how you are going to do what? How you are going to extract leads for what? For your company as a data entry specialist. You have to learn how to do what? To generate what? How to generate leads from online. So you can see from our responses, you can see the names of our customers, right? And these are people that actually fill the form. Do you understand? So this is our responses. And how do we extract these responses to start using it in our Google spreadsheet? Now we have to click here, right? So create a new spreadsheet for women in tech responses. I will just click on create. Do you understand? So the form is now created. Now welcome to your Google spreadsheet. Do you see how easy it is for me to generate the leads? Right? And I generated the right leads. How do I know that? Because I generated lead directly from my students. Do you understand? So this is how you can actually create a form, generate a leads, and bring in to work with it as a data analyst. Are we here? Do you understand now? All right. So now you guys have understood how you can actually create a form and generate leads, right? So we're going to close all these, right? I won't be needing them. So we are now, finally, we've landed in our what? In our Google spreadsheet, right? So I'm going to be very fast because of the timing. Another way we can actually generate leads is by what? By clicking on Google Direct, right? So you can use a ChatGTP, you can use a Google Drive, you Google Map, right? To do what? To generate leads. For example, let's say you want to generate leads so that you are going to have a data to invest in your spreadsheet. You can come to this place and let's say we are looking for what? All tech what? Schools. Let's use Nigeria. In Nigeria, right? All tech schools or let's say all logistics school, all logistics, logistics, right? In Lagos, because he said, my client said he wants some logistics in Lagos. Do you understand? So I can actually generate lead from here. So you can see the names of logistics in Lagos. I can actually copy and paste in there what in a ChatGTP and use it fast, or I can equally open it and extract the leads. Do you understand? So let's say you want to open their website to extract the leads to add it in your what's in your data, right? To add it up in your data. This is how you're going to start. So yes. So this is the name of the company. And for us to do this, I want us to do what? I want us to get a fresh spreadsheet so that you understand, because I'm about to start registering my data manually, right? All right. What's the name of the company? This is the name of the company, right? It's called what? Fortune Global, right? Fortune Global. I can come to this place and copy Fortune Global. Then I'm going to start to build my slide, right? Before we start putting in manually, I want us to face reality now by building what we called our Google spreadsheet. So every data entry specialist must know how to do what? How to generate leads and how to do what? Input the leads in a Google spreadsheet. Do you understand? So for us to do this, I want to talk about Google spreadsheet before we start inputting our data. Do you understand? All right. This is the home screen of Google spreadsheet. So for us to start, like I said before, we are going to name this Women in Tech, right? So this is our Women in Tech. And from here, we have what we call the columns. The columns by default is from A to Z. By default is what? Is from A to Z. Do you see? So this is what we call the column in what? In Google spreadsheet. And from here, we have our rows. From here, we have our rows. By default is by 1 to 1000, right? But it doesn't mean we cannot add. We can actually add more rows if it's needed by clicking on add. So when you click on add, do you see we have up to 2000? We don't need that. So I'm going to remove it by using what? My undo, right? So when I click on the undo, what happens? It's going to, right? If I click on undo, it's go, okay, add more 1000, we can add more, we can add more, we can add more. So now we have up to 5000. So you can actually do what? You can actually add as many as you want. But by default, what you are going to see is what? 1 to 1000, right? 1 to 1000. The same thing, by default, we have A to what? A to Z. But it doesn't mean we cannot actually add what? We can actually add more column by left or by right. And when you are doing that, you're going to see that the names are going to do what? Are going to change, right? Request what? Hold on, let me just bring this down. For now, it's hanging my lappy. All right. All right. So by default, we said what? We said the rows is what? Is what? A to Z. But that means we can actually, it doesn't mean we can't add more columns. So we can actually add more column by right clicking, and we'll be able to add whether right or left, right? So you can see I added more 2 columns by, then this is AA and the AB, right? Did you get that clear? So now we have what we call the cell. The cell is like this. This is a cell. So this is a column, this is a row, and this is a cell. Now, when you select more than 2 or 3 cells, we have what we call the range. Are you clear? So this is a cell, this is a column, row, range, and a cell, right? And for you to know the name of a cell you are working with, you have to check what here. It's called the name box. The name box. Do you understand? So how do we know the names of our cell? Is a column intersection rows. Column intersection rows. You can see the column is what? A. We are in column A, right? What row? 4. That's why the name is what? A4. Do you understand? Let's say we click anywhere in this Google spreadsheet, right? So when you click anywhere in this Google spreadsheet, do you see the name change? We are actually in H. H what? What is the role? 9. Do you understand? So for you to know every name box, you must know what? You must know that is by what? Column intersection cell rows, right? So, all right. Now let's start because we want to start entering our data, right? The first thing we want to put here is the name, right? We tap to the next. So we want to put up what? The email, right? Then we tap to next. And let's say we are putting up the phone number from now, right? Okay. So our clients want us to do, they want us to extract leads, right? Generate lead from online, extract the lead, and do what? And put them in a data spreadsheet for them, right? So now we've done what? We've put these ones down. Now we might add every other thing we want. We want to generate lead from online. We'll be needing what? We'll be needing the address, the company address, right? All right. Let's say we need what? The country is Nigeria, right? So let's say we are using the country to, we are putting up the country to, don't worry about what I'm writing. And I would love to have their website, right? I would love to have their website, right? Let's say I want to I want to know how much they want to do what? They want to purchase from us, or these are the list of our previous customers that I want to install. So I want to list both whatever they have purchased from us previously. So I'm going to have the price, right? Another thing I would love to put is what? Maybe our courses, right? Our courses, right? So I'm going to put up our courses and what else should I put up there? All right, for now, this is okay, right? So you can see I was able to list what I want to extract from the line, right? So it's okay, but there is nothing wrong if we can actually do what? Make it to be more what? Beautified. So let's come and choose a color for it, and we can equally choose what? We can change the text color. We can change the text color, and we can change the background color. So let's say we are choosing the blue, and we want to change the text color to be what? To be white, right? So we've actually started giving meaning to our what? Our spreadsheet. So we can add up to be to bold, and there we can equally increase it so it can be visible, right? Don't worry about the lines. We can equally double click to do what? To fit it. But I think this is big, so let's just bring it down. This is okay, right? This is okay. If comes to that, we can actually zoom from here so that you guys can see it more, but let's just I think this is okay, right? So we can actually use the zoom button right here to do what? To zoom it. So now you can see what we are working on. You want to work on the names, the email, the phone number, the address, and the website. So we've generated our lead from several sources. Now it's for us to start using our Google form, our Google spreadsheet, sorry. So let's say the first name we extracted from the Google spreadsheet is what? Is Emmanuel. Am I right? All right. So, and Iman's email is what? Let's say this is our official email, gmail.com, right? Okay. So Iman's phone number is what? This is a phone number you have to, for now, let me just make to fit. I'm going to come to all these ones. We are going to reduce all of them, right? Just for now. So for you to add a phone number and it has to be with a plus, you have to put an icon first, right? When you put it first, then you can equally do what? Add your plus 234. This is our official company number, right? 7444. Then we enter. If you don't put the hyphen there, it's not going to save. Example, if I start with a plus, I saw when most of you were filling the form, I realized that they did not know how to put the hyphen. For example, let's say if I'm going like this direct, right? So if you see what is going to happen when I click on save, it's going to give me what? An error side. Do you see the plus is not there? So for you to have a plus in what you're doing, you need to do what? Put the hyphen. Do you understand? Even when I put a plus here, it's not gonna reflect, right? It's not gonna do what? It's not gonna reflect. Do you understand? It's not gonna reflect. So if you want a plus sign in your, put the hyphen first. Let me do it again. I'm putting a hyphen now, right? I'm putting a hyphen first, then I will be able to add my plus 234. That's my company email address, right? Company phone number, 30447444. All right. So I hope this is correct. Then when I hit, it's going to enter. So let me just do the same here so that it's gonna be a uniform, right? So another thing I want to tell you is what? Another thing I want to say is this. Let's say we want to use only IMA, for example, as an example for this class, right? So we don't need to start typing IMA all over, right? We can actually do what? We can actually use one by when you click there, you highlight, when you highlight, you'll be able to see what there is a dot section there. In this dot section, we are going to use only from 1 to 10 is enough, right? You just drag it down. So we are going to have the full name there. The same thing we are going to do what we are going to do here. So you see the dot sign, put your arrow there and bring it down to number 10. So this is how what we called what the smart formatting, right? So you can actually, Google knows how to do smart formatting properly very well, right? So now we are going to take up any address from there. previous line we selected, we want to use them as an example, right? We want to select their address. We want to do what? We want to select their information and use it to fill the rest of the what? The form, right? So let's look for their address down and see if there is an address there. We're going to use that and copy that from out. Where did they put their address? Contact form. I don't want the one that has a contact form. I want the one that has an address. All right, this is the address, but let me see if I can use anything as an address here. All right, let's just copy this and say it's an address, right? So we come to this place and we paste a number. I want this in capital letters so that it will be visible. Number 6, then I'm putting out this as an address, right? I can equally put in Lagos or anywhere I want. Do you notice something? Even if this is there, I want to show you something. Hold on, let me add Lagos for this. So even this clause, it doesn't matter. When you click on what? When you click on your country, right? You can actually write on the country and it's not going to do what? It's not going to cover it. But I'm still going to show you how you can do what? How you can map and how you can do what? Flip. Do you understand? All right. So let's say this address is what we want to use, right? We want to use this address for now. We want to use the address. So for me to use this address, I don't need to start what? I don't need to start doing what? Filling it up. Let me just do the same down, right? Then I'm going to bring this down. Oh my gosh. All right. So this is what I want to do. Let's see. Okay, so we have to double click to get what we want. Then we click our arrow here. Then we'll be able to do what? Because we want to use just one address. So it's going to be very fast. So this is how we are going to do what? Start doing what? So I'm going to bring this down so that we can see other functions we can actually use with this, right? Because I don't want our board to be too low, right? So for this, you guys can see that this is what? This is it's small, right? We can actually do something by doing what? Clicking on the whole, highlighting all, then we have to come to this section called what? The text mapping. So if we decide to use only wrapping, it's not going to fit in. Do you see the way it change our what? It change our board, right? I don't like it, right? So we can actually, instead of us using the wrapping, we can come to this place and use the clip. So the clip is going to make sure that it's well clipped. Do you understand? All right. So the same thing goes with the country. Let's say we are using Nigeria, right? As an example, we want to use Nigeria as an example. So we are not going to start filling it up. So do you see why I love using Google? Because Google has a smart way to make the work very easy. Do you understand? So we don't want to start putting up all those things that we generated from online, but it's just for you to know, you can actually do what? You can actually generate your your prospect. I'm going to take up this this link. I know it's very long, but don't worry. We want to equally use it to learn one or two, right? So I can paste the link here and you're going to see is much, right? Yeah, it's too much, right? So the same thing, I can do what? I can equally do what? I can equally come to this place and do what? And do you understand? So you can actually use your symbols, right? This is our text wrapping symbols. So you can put up your clip or you can put it on wrap. But why I don't like wrap is what? Wrap is going to make it to be very long. Trust me, this does not stop what? It doesn't stop us from typing over it. We can actually type over it. Example, Ima in January bought what? Bought a 1,000, right? Then he bought 1,000. Then in February, he bought 2,000, right? So when I enter now, you will see that if I want, Google has a way to do what? He noticed everything we want to do. From the figure we've given him, he will be able to do what? To know exactly how our sales is going. Though there is no company that is going to have sales like 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 like this. So we are going to do what? We are still going to randomize this, right? But the first thing I'm doing is for us to do what? I want for us to be able to, let me do this to 10 so that we have the same format, right? Okay. This is not good. All right, we have the same format. So another thing I want us to add is what? Another thing I want us to add is what? Sorry, hold on. All right, my question was so fast. So another thing I want us to add is our courses. And for us to add our courses, we can actually insert what we call our what? Our checkbox, right? So we don't need to start typing he bought, he did not buy, he bought, he did not buy. So we can actually use a checkbox to do what? To make things easier. Let's say in January that he bought, my supervisor wants to know how much and what he bought. I can actually use a Dropbox. How do I get this Dropbox? You come to your Insight section, come to Dropbox. First thing you have to do, make sure you put your cushion where you want to bring it down, right? You put your cushion where you want to bring it down. Like it's highlighted now already. So I'm going to go to my insert sections. I'm going to click on Dropbox, right? But I don't need it here. So I'm going to remove it. I just want to show you what I did. The same thing goes if I want to use what? If I want to list all the selections, what they actually selected, right? Let's say I want to show that the kind of courses and what each and every customer there bought from us. So I can do the same thing, clicking on highlighting on the first row. Then I will be able to come to insert. Then I'm going to use what we called what? We've inserted what? Our checkbox, but we want to use our Dropbox. Is that clear? So do you notice something? Immediately I insert our Dropbox, it's opened by the by the right hand side, right? So here I'm going to have an option to do what? To list all the courses that we have, like our IT support, right? So let's say the second course I want to put up what? I want to put our customer support, right? So, and the third one, let's say we are giving what? We want to add more. Let's say we are giving something like a virtual assistant or virtual assistant, virtual assistant. Or we want a web development, right? So any course I can actually do what? Create them here. The only good thing about this is that we can actually do what? Identify each of them with what? With the colors. So we can actually customize by using the colors, and we have an option to do what? To add all the courses. Do you understand? So when I'm done, I'm going to click on done. So let's say now I come to this place in January. Imabot loves to do what? To buy what? IT support, right? So instead of me to start writing IT support, IT support, IT support, when I finish building it, I can equally do what? I can come to this place, click on this, and bring all of them to the same. So I'll have an option to do what? To change to different courses that he has actually do what? Have we us? You understand? So this is called what? This is called a drop box. This is called what? A drop box. A drop down, sorry. It's called a drop down. So you can actually use a drop down to do what? To organize your files. Remember why we're here today? We are here to learn how we can actually work as a data entry specialist, and we'll be able to use every tools that we have, learn how we can do what? Organize our file, right? So you can see we are already organizing the datas. Are you getting it? We are already doing what? We are already organizing our datas. Is that clear? So from the left to the right, you can see let me close this so it doesn't disturb our board, right? So this is how we have started doing what? We've started organizing our data. This is fine, but it's not too fine, right? So from left, you are going to see we have a file functions, edit function, view function, insert function, format functions, and the data functions. So another thing I want us to add is what? Is our alternative formatting. So for us to add our alternating color, sorry, we can come to this formatting menu. Then when we come down, we have an option to add what? Our alternating colors. So we can come to this place to customize which one we have. We have a lot of them. Do you understand? You can customize the one you want, or if I don't want the header to be, because I changed the header before to be, sorry, if I change the header to be blue, and there I can equally make my footer anything you want. Do you understand? But better let's go back and we use the already by default what alternative color, right? So for us to do that, let me leave this place and we're going to do that again for you to understand, right? Okay, let's go back. right? Okay, this is beautiful now. So let's start. How do I do this? You have to highlight what you want, right? You have to do what? Highlight what you want to add a alternative color. So I've highlighted what I wanted because I designed my first row, right? I might decide to remove my first row because I don't want it to be affected, right? So for me to do that, you click on your format menu, then you have to come down to check what your alternating colors. So when you click on it, it's going to open. If you want, you can change the header style, right? If you want, you can change the header style, or if you want, you can only change the footer, right? So let's choose this. Do I change the header style? No, I didn't change. All right, this is okay, but I can equally add this as my header style. But just I want this to remain like this. So when you look properly, you are going to see what? You are going to see that our board is changing. Fine, you can do it like this. Another option is that you can equally do what? Add both your header style. Do you understand? We can decide to add both our header style. And for us to do that, remember we have to come here and do what? We have to highlight everything by starting from the one we want. We have to highlight both our header, right? So now when we go back to our formatting, our format menu, and we go down to our alternative color, you have an option to add both your header. Is that clear? So let me use this one, and boom, it's going to come out and it's going to look very beautiful. When you're done, you click on done. So we are changing what? We are changing our board because we want it to look more professional, right? So by using all these tools, we are going to learn how we can actually work and organize our work like a specialist. Do you understand? All right. So in case I want to do what? In case I want to adjust or align my what? My work to be the same, I can actually double click and all of them is going to align in the left section. But for now, let's use it like this until I'm done. So now you can see that this is too close, right? We can actually double click and expand a little, or we can actually bring it down to the last. For our work to look so beautiful, we can actually do it manually by clicking on this, right? The addresses are so long, so I'm going to leave it like this, but I'm going to adjust our country, right? Our country is okay, right? So let's just say the board is like this for example. Now, another thing I want you to do is that you can see the addresses. I don't actually love what they are doing here. I can equally click on it and do what? And move. So you can equally do what? You can equally organize your work by moving it. Are we getting it? Are we making sense? So this is where I moved it. I moved it to P, right? So you can actually do what? You can decide to organize your work and you can equally do what? Move it by you have to highlight it before you will be able to move it. Do you understand? So let's say we want to put it at I now because it's actually not making my board to look so good here, right? So I've moved it. The same thing, we can equally move our website, but the reason why I don't want to move the website is because when I move it to the end, it's going to roll up because remember, it's very long, right? All right. Now see how our prices are looking like, right? Look at where the prices are looking like. Another thing is this, I want to align these things to be in the middle, right? I want to align the headers to be in the middle. And for me to do that, I've already highlighted it. And I'm going to do what? I'm going to come to align, then I click in the middle, then all of them is going to set in the middle. Is that clear? All right. So now let's continue. Look at the way our money is, right? Does it look like enough? How can my company be selling 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, 4,000? Do you understand? So we can actually do what? We can actually randomize our sales, right? We can do what? We can randomize these sales to make it look like as if it's a real sales, right? To make it look like as if it's a real sales. So for us to do that, I'm just going to remove the first and the last. I remove the first and the last, right? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to right click here. Then I will come down to the last sections, which says what? View more sales action. View more sales option. Do you see the options there to randomize my range? So I'm going to click on randomize my range, and you can now see that what happens. The ranges are randomized. It's no longer 1,000, 2,000, 3,000. Look at 3,000, 4,700. So it's okay now. It looks like as if actually we are having what? We are having what? Good sales. Do you understand? So you see the way we are getting to where we want, right? Because we want to give a professional what? We want our board to look like a well professional arranged board. And another thing we can actually add is what we call what? The border. Is what we call the border. So for you to add the border, you can have to do what? Highlight the places you want to add your border. Then you go to your border functions and click on your all borders. You equally have an option to come to this place and change the color of your border. If you don't want it to be black, you can actually change it to anything you want it to be. But I think black is enough for us, and black is very beautiful. For most times, I use the blacks. So now another thing we are going to click on is our border line. Our border line. If this two tick for us, we can actually step down to make it look more professional. Do you understand? So you see the way we are actually doing what? We are actually organizing our board for our clients. Is that clear? We're actually doing what? We are actually organizing our board for our clients. So another thing I want you to do is this. Because this is what? This is about finance and other things, we can actually decide to do what? To add a conditional what formatting here. We can add a conditional formatting, right? So it's going to have a different what? It's going to have a different look from other ones on the board. From other ones on the board. And for us to do that, you can see I've already highlighted it, right? After highlighting, what do? I have to right click again. Then I can go down to do what? Or you can equally come to your format. So when you come to your format section after you've highlighted, right? After you've highlighted, let me do it again. After highlighted, and I want to add my conditional formatting, I have to come to where? You have to come to the format menu. Then you will be able to do what? To click on your conditional formatting. So do you see when you click on your conditional formatting, we have an option that open at the right-hand side. And in this option, we have what? We have we can actually customize how we want our work to look. So for me, I think by default, this is not the best. I might decide to use this. Why? Because I want the sales that have the lesser sales to be what? To be green. And I want the good sales or the best sales to be what? Red, right? Do you understand? I can equally turn it the other way around. And there is a lot of options here, right? There's a lot of options here. You can choose the one you want. You can just have to select the one that fits you. Do you understand? So this is how we are going to do what? Do what? We are trying to use our conditional what? Formatting tools. Now let me close this place. So I'm going to have the beauty of our board. Do you understand? All right. Most times when you're uploading your data, you normally see your name, right? The email, the phone number. This is how I advise my students to actually prepare and do what? Uh, Organize their data. Do you know why? If you are going to bring this spreadsheet in most of the tools, if you want to bring this spreadsheet in most of the tools, you will realize that what they actually want is what? Is the name and what? The email. Example, if I want to bring these tools in pipe drive, right? If I'm bringing this CVS in a pipe drive, what do I need? I need only the email and the what? The names. Do you understand? The name comes first, the email. So when you learn how to organize your CVS, or learn how to organize your spreadsheet, is going to enable you anytime you are using it in any of the tools, product management tools, CRM tools, anyone you are using it, you are not going to suffer the stress, or you're not going to start mapping, right? So mapping is like when a particular tools does not understand how you select things. Do you understand? All right. So that being said, now the next thing I want us to do is to do what? I'm going to talk about the functions, but before the functions, I want you to understand what we call the column stats. The column stats, right? So for column start, you just have to come to this place and do what? And right click, right? So when you right click, you have to go down to check for what? To check for your column start, right? But I can equally do what? I can equally get my column start from where? From here, right? I can equally do what? Get my column start from here. Do you understand? So for me to get it from there, let me show you. Let me see where I can insert my column starts. My column start should be from my data, right? From my data. All right, is in my data. So I've highlighted it. So I come to column start. Then I'm going to click on column start. You understand what it's used for. You want to understand what is the general summary of all these things we've done, the sales, the total sales, the empty sales, you have to learn how to use your Google spreadsheet. It helps your work to be nice. Let's say your manager walks in and wants you to tell him the total sales, right? The average sales, right? The median sales, the minimum value, which is 1,000 was the minimum and the maximum value. So the only thing you have to do is what? Let me close it again and let's go back to our data section. You just need to click on any of these, then go to your data section and do what? And look for your column start. So column start is a formatting tools that is going to enable you to do what? To give the summary of your sales, the summary of your sales. So you will be able to see both the total rows. We have 5,000, right? You will see the empty cells, the one where you're not using. You can see the unique what? Values, the sum. How much? Right? 45,000. So when you calculate all this, it's going to sum up to 45,000. So this is why it's very important for you to know what? To know how to use your what? To know how to use all these functions to prepare your what? Your entry, right? So that's being said, we are going to do what? I want to show you guys how we can actually turn this our what? Our slide into what? Into a chart, right? Into a chart and a pivot chart. So let's say for us to do that, I want to bring this closer to the names, right? So I'm moving the prices close to the name because I need both of them to turn them into a chart or into a pie chart, right? A pivot table or into a chart, right? So I can actually do that by doing what? I have to highlight the two I need, right? When I highlight the two I need, I can do what? I can actually right click, right? So when I right click, I can do what? I can go to where? I can turn it into a chart or I can equally click here to do what? To turn it into a chart. Is that clear? So when you highlight and you turn it into a chart, you can actually bring your what? You can actually bring your board into what? Into a chart. But this comes out as what? As a pie chart, but we can actually change it, right? First of all, let's name this one Women in Tech, right? We can rename Women in Tech. Then we can equally customize, right? We can customize, we can see the chart styles, right? The chart style, the colors, we can change the background color, but at least the white is almost the best. You can actually see the white and the border they said is what is gray. It's okay, right? So the only thing I'll be changing here is what the 3D, right? Is what the 3D, right? So let's go back to the setup section. So when you come up to this setup section, you'll be able to see a lot of things, how you want to view it. So let's say I don't want to view it as this, I want it to be as a column chart. So I'm not going to click on it, then you'll be able to see that it's not a column chart. Do you understand? So we've been able to turn what? To turn it into a column chart. And if anything changes here, it's going to equally change here. Do you understand me? If anything changes here, it's going to change here. So let me show you an example. But before I do that, I don't want this to happen here, right? So I'm going to right click and do what? I want to do what? I want to copy this chart, right? So I've copied the chart. I have the right to equally do what? To move the chart, right? Sorry, this our website is affecting us here, right? So you can actually move this. I want to move this to his own chart, his own spreadsheet, right? So for me to do that, I'm going to click on this, and this is it, right? So in sheet one, I'm going to have my work, right? But in chart one, I'm going to have the chart I extracted from my work. Right. Now, let me tell you something. Let's say you come to this place and we actually change this one to what? We actually change this one to, let's say, 7,000. Is there any 7,000? Let's say, I want something different, 15,000, right? All right. We enter there, 15,000 here, right? So when you come back to our chart, we actually have what? We actually have right to do what? To for it to reflect here. How do we do that? Do you see it? Do you see our 15,000? Do you see it? So even when even when you selected the spreadsheet, the chart, and you moved it to another spreadsheet or you move it to another section, anything that changes in your spreadsheet is equally going to change here. Do you understand? So because both of them are linked together, both of them are what? They are all linked together. Are we making sense? Right? So another thing I want to show you now before I forgot is when I go down, do you notice I could not even see my headings? I could not see the headings anymore, right? So for me to see these headings, what do I do? Right? Let's say I'm working and I'm typing. I have a lot of works I want to do, right? And I come down a bit. I was unable to see what I'm doing. I don't know the name, the ones that are name and the ones that are what are numbers. So for me to do that, we are going to go up and do what? Just highlight here, right? So when you highlight there, you are going to do what? Come to what? Come to your your view. It should be a view because you want to view. So when you come to your view, you are going to freeze. Which one do we want to freeze? The first row. So when you freeze the first row and you are working and you go there, do you see you will be able to continue your work because of what you've already frozen there first row. Do you understand? You've already frozen the first row. So this is how you are going to learn to be a best or the baddest what data analyst or data entry specialist, because you have to learn, you must learn how to use your spreadsheet and the tools properly very well, right? You can learn how to do what? To use your spreadsheet well, right? Let's say I don't like this color anyway, this blue color, I actually don't like it. So let's say I'm bringing it back to what? To white. Then I want to change our text color to black. I think it's more better like this. Yeah, I prefer this one. I don't know. I always prefer it's very simple, but very matured and very clean, right? Well, if you, in case you don't like it, you have an option to do what? Just highlight here. When you highlight here, you have to use this word, your text color and your field color to do what? To change both the background and what? And the what and the text color. Is that clear? But let's leave it like this because we want to submit it to a client. Is that clear? Please, if there's any question, leave it there. I'm coming to questions. If there is any question, leave it there. I'm coming to questions. So another thing I want us to add is what? Is our filter button. Our filter button, right? Before we start talking about the functions and other things. So let's add our filter button, right? Our filter button. So for us to use our filter button, let's highlight what we want and where we want to put the filter buttons, right? So we've authorized where we want it to be. So we just need to come here and create a filter button, right? Oh, let's go down. I want it in the header, right? I want it both in the header. So let's do it again. We are going to highlight everything, including what? Our header, right? Including our header. So I've highlighted it and I've included our header. Now, when I put on this, do you see we have a filter button? The reason why I love leaving my filter button here is what? Because it enables me to filter things and work smartly without any having an issue. Do you understand? For example, let's say I want to use a filter button to fix my what? Fix my prices. Do you understand? To fix my prices. So because I've put it here already, do you know how I can do that? I can actually use it to sort, or let's say I'm looking for whatever we sold only in the first 3 months, right? We are looking for whatever we sold in the first 3 months. I'm going to come to this place and use only three, click only three. It's going to do what? It's going to show me whatever we've done in 3 months, right? So I want to clear all. The only one I want to select is what? The first 3 months, which is 2 days and days. So when I finish selecting and I save, it's going to pop up to show me the only 3 things we sold in the first 3 months. So why is this very important? This is very important because let's say you are looking for it's after like 2 years, your your director walks in and they ask you what was the figure? How much was sold last year July or last year August? Do you understand? You don't need to start going down and down and down and back. You can only do what? Use your filter by adding your filter, right? So how do we add our filter? You just need to highlight. So when you highlight, you will be able to do what? To add a filter. And another thing is that don't forget we can actually do what? We can actually add more tables, right? If you want to add a table, you can add a table by right-clicking and you decide if you want it to insert a row above or do you want to insert it left. For example, if you want to insert more, we can actually do it. Let me just show you something. For here, I want more rows up. I want to add up a row more, right? But this row, I want to do what? I want to insert or image my rows. I want to do what? I want to image a row. And for me to image a row, I'm going to do what? I'm going to, the same thing I teach you before. If you want to image a row, if you highlight, you have to use this to do what? To draw to where you want to image. Is that clear? So we want to image, and when you draw to where you want to image, you have to just come to this place and use what? Use your image cells there button, and you will be able to image. Let's say you are planning on writing something here, right? So you can actually write whatever you want here. Let's say let's say 6 month cells, right? So it's all possible when you know what, when you know the functions button and how to make use of them. Are you listening? So when you know the functions button and you want to make use of them, but the only thing is that when you are having a merge in in your work, make sure that you don't want to move it up and down because once you merge it, you won't be able to do what? To move it, right? It's going to come back, it's going to tell you there is a cell that is there imaged. So you will not be able to move your buttons or you will not be able to move your columns again or your rows up and down because this image is going to break it down. Do you understand? All right. So that being said, let's just remove this so you know you can actually image and you can actually add another row even after you've added some rows, right? So let's say we don't want this website because of what? Because it's actually too low, right? We don't want the website. We can actually highlight. And when we highlight, what do? We want to hide it. We are not using it, right? We've hide the website. So even if we hide it, there is a button here that is going to show. Do you see these two arrows? It's showing what? It's showing there is a hidden columns, right? It's showing there is a hidden columns. Is that clear? So this is how we are going to do what? This is how we are going to actually hide anyone we don't like. So now let's go to the function buttons because we have a lot of things that we want to talk. Then for our function buttons, we have a lot of things we want to add. Let's say we want to add this to what? We want to turn it into a currency figures, right? So I've already turned it into a currency figure. And when you see we have a lot of what? We have a lot of decimals. I can decide to reduce it to make it look like a naira or sorry, like a money or a currency, right? So these are the functions you need to know what they are used for you to be able to arrange your work, right? So from here, we have what we call the file, right? The file menu. From the file menu, you can actually import. You can actually import your CSV and you'll be able to use it. From here, we can equally make a copy. You can make a copy of our work. We can actually do or share it or we can publish it, right? So we're going to come to share to others and publish very soon, right? So the same thing, we will be able to send this file as an email. So when you click on it, so there will be an option for you to send it to someone as an email, right? Let's say I'm sending it to myself, right? So I want it to go as as a PDF. Here I have right to decide. Do I want him to open it as a spreadsheet or do I want it as a Microsoft? See, another good thing I love about Google tools is that they actually allow other tools to work perfectly with them, right? You can see the way it said the Microsoft what? Excel, right? All right. So let's go back. So let's say I'm sending it to my email, or I want to forward it to my supervisor to take a look at it. So this is where I'm going to do what? I'll be able to add the email address where, let me say I'm adding the email address here, and I said, hi, sir, this is the work, blah, blah, blah. Then I sent it as a PDF, right? So I sent it to him. He will be able to receive it in his email. Let me go and show you how he's going to receive this and how he's going to find the work you sent to him. Is that clear? So from here, we are going to come to the email box to see what, to see exactly the form that we just sent to your supervisor. So you're going to see how he's going to do what, he's going to receive it, right? So we are clicking here to do what, to get to our email. Just hold on. I have a lot of emails because I use a lot of tools. So most times when you're teaching your student, you find out that, all right, this is it, women in tech, right? So this is it. So this is how the supervisor is going to do what? He's going to receive your work. And remember, you sent it as a PDF. So he can actually do what? He can actually download it and see and view. By coming to this area, he will be able to download the form and he will be able to see what? See what you've sent to him. Let me see. Let's see. It's downloaded already. Women in tech, and boom, this is it, right? But we downloaded it as look at it. We downloaded it as what? As a PDF. Is that clear? So you can actually work in your Google area and you still be able to send it to your supervisors or anybody to review or to submit, right? So another thing here we have make a copy. We've talked about it, download. How do you want to download? We've sent an email and we choose for them to receive it as a PDF. Now, how do we download? You can have a lot of options how you can actually download. You can actually download as a Microsoft Excel, as a open document, or as what? CSV. This is the one we used more when you are working on your tools, right? So you can send it to that and it's going to download as a CSV. Do you see it here? It's downloading as a CSV. So when we open it, you are going to see what a CSV looks like. It's the same, right? So you can actually download your work as a CSV, right? Okay. Now we're talking about the file tools, right? The files menu, right? So a lot of things is here. We have our vision, our vision history. So for you to know what a vision history is, you see everything we've started doing from the onset is actually here. Let's say there's a particular place you are. Let's say there is a particular place you are actually doing what you are looking for, and you don't want to keep going back. You can use your versions history to actually look for it, right? So when you go down now, you're going to see all the changes, how we started and everything. Do you understand? So you'll be able to see all the changes, how we started, everything we've done on this Google spreadsheet is here. Do you understand? So that's what we use our version history to do. Do you understand? Our what? Our version history. Then make available online. Let's say you're traveling, but you need to work, right? You can actually make available online, right? If you make it available online, you will be able to do what? You will still be able to work. Wherever you come to where there is an internet, you will still be able to do what? Upload your work. So Google spreadsheet makes it very easy for us. So even if you are traveling or you are where there is no internet, you can actually turn this to offline access. So when you turn it to offline access, you will be able to work offline, and then you will equally be able to upload it whenever there is internet. So details is where we are going to see everything, and settings, right? So when you come to edit, we have an option to undo, to redo, to cut, to copy, to paste. Do you understand? So these are the options we have. And when you come to view, like we used before, you can see all the formula bars, right? All the formulas, and we can equally see how we can freeze our rows, depending on the one you want to freeze and the one you want to see. Comments. We can actually work as a teammate. When you are working with your teammates and both of them or all of them are they can use a comment to talk to each other, right? You can actually comment when you're working with your co-workers. And to add a comment, we can actually come to this place. I say, hi, check it out. And somebody is going to do what? Is going to come and reply me. And this is where the comment section is going to pop up. Do you understand? Do you guys understand? All right. So, For our insert section, I think we used a lot of the insert sections where we can insert our rows, our columns, our sheets, right? Our table, right? Let's go for table. So you can actually insert tables in your work. How do we do that? You come to table, you will be able to do what? To select the table you want, and you are going to insert it and build it there, right? We talked about our charts, our pivots, and our images. We can actually insert image in our cells, though it looks very tiny and very small, but we can actually do that. For example, we can upload from our web direct, or we can make a video, or we can put up a link, or we can copy photos from Google Drive and from Google Images, right? So for us to upload from our what, we can actually upload directly from our, it's very small, it's very very small. I don't know why they actually put the file, right? I don't know why they put up the files here. It's used to come, see, it's very small. So I don't know how it's okay, but it's very small anyway. So that's how you can actually do what? Insert a picture in your work. Let's say there is a picture you want them to see. You can equally do what? Use the drawing functions, right? You can put up a drawing functions where you are going to select the kind of shapes and the things you want. So let's say we are going for shapes, right? So we can select any shapes we want, and we'll be able to draw it and insert it in our work. Is that clear? We can draw it and do what? And save and close. So it's going to do what? It's going to come up automatically in our work. So actually this function is where you can actually do a lot of things. Like when you are talking about your draw functions, let's say you are teaching or you need something, you need an arrow, you need a line, you can actually do what? Get all from here. Is that clear? Is that clear? So your drawing section inside your insert section helps you to do what? To bring in shapes and lines, right? So another thing we've not talked about is our function what? Our function buttons that is going to help us function just for multiplication and other things is here. Is equally here. Is our function button. So here you will be able to calculate the functions, calculate the average, and a lot of things. We are actually coming to that, how we are going to use a sum to calculate your sales, right? All right, we are still here. I want to remove this. I want to remove this in our file, remove, right? So that we can actually go back to our main board. Oh, this our chart is actually very beautiful, right? It's very beautiful, right? Okay, we are here. Sorry. Okay, so let's continue. And this is where we've talked about our drawing, our function board, our checkbox. We used our checkbox to put this, right? Which our dropbox to set up this. Our emoji. Let's say we are chatting with our friends. We can actually insert an emoji, right? In our comment sections. Look at it here. Or we are commenting. You can actually use what? Use your emoji to chat with your friends or your cool thing, right? Your whole theme. Let's go back again. All right. So we are in insert sections, right? We are actually in insert sections, right? So let's go back to our what we've talked about the checkbox, the dropbox, the emoji, the smart chips. Another good thing that you have to learn when you are working with your spreadsheet is what is your spread what your chips. I want to show you what a chip does. Let's move back to our board, right? Okay. So I want to show you what is a chip. What a chip does, right? So if you come to this place and you want to use your smart chips, right, to invert anything, you click on here. Let's say we want to add something like people. I want my supervisor to be here or to view or to be part of this, or I want to upload a file, anything, or dates, right? I can actually use what? A smart chips. Right, so when I put a smart chips, it's going to give me an option for the people, so I can equally do what? Put up an email here. The same thing goes. We can actually put up a date. So the only thing you have to do is to do what? Put a place you want your what? Your smart chips, right? So okay, we've done the email. So let's do another one. Maybe like files. You can put a file in your smart sheets. You can equally do what? Finance, the place, calendar events, anything. You can actually add everything in your, let's say this is Lagos, then we are going to put it there, right? So we're going to put up our Lagos there. So Smart Ship is going to help you to do what? To put things like names, emails of your team workers smartly, or your supervisors, right? Okay. Coming to format, we've said a lot of things about the format, the number format, the text format, and length format, which is here, right? Do you guys remember? We used what? We used a lot of format sections. We've used our what? Our increase and decrease font size. And this is what we call the font. You decide the kind of font you want. Do you want it to be in Arial? Do you want it to be in Proxima, Louvre, Repertoire? So anyone you choose. It's called what? It's called the font. So here we have our font size, and here we have our bold, italic, and our what? Strike through. You know what a strike through is? Then we have our text color that we'll be using things to do what? To change the color of our board. We have what we called what? We have what we call our what? Our border. Do you see our border? The one we use to make this to be more visible, right? So we have our border. Then when you open your border, you have a lot of options you can use in your border. So our lane, we can decide to align everything in a left or right sections. Let's say I want to change the position of all these two words. To align it to the middle, I'm going to click here. To align it in the left, I'm going to see it's changing. It's actually doing what? It's actually changing, and I think I prefer all my works to always be in the middle. Do you understand? All right, so here is what we have, the vertical align, where you can arrange. Remember I told you about our text wrap, about our what? Text wrap. So let's say we want to wrap this. We have different kinds of wrapping. We can actually use this one, which is over wrapping. I actually don't like it. You can use ordinary wrapping, but for the main thing, I love what? I love creep wrapping, because it's going to make your work to be so organized, right? So we have our text rotation and our file link, where we can actually add a link, right? We can actually do what? We can actually add a link. Let's say we want to add a link here. We can actually do what? We can highlight it and click on a link. So it's going to give an option. Do we want to link it in our other files or other other Google Forms or other Google spreadsheet, right? We can equally embed a site there, right? So this is how we can actually link use a link in our spreadsheet. So I've talked about our comment sections, and I've talked about our charts. Our charts, I highlighted. Remember, I highlighted, then I came to this place to insert a chart, right? So I can equally come to this place, then I will click on it. We are going to have the same chart. Is that clear? So it's either you use your insert section to put your chart or your pivot table, or you can actually do it directly from here. Is that clear? All right. So filter. I was able to show you how you can use a filter to work on your spreadsheet. How do we do that? You have to highlight. When you highlight everything, including your what? Including the headings, and you click on it, you're going to have a filter, right? Sorry, I did not click, I did not highlight both the what? The headings. So I did not highlight the headings. So if I want to do it, I can highlight both the headings. So when I put it there, you are going to see do you see the filter sign? This is the filter sign, right? So in that way, I'll be able to filter each column by columns, right? I will be able to filter each of them by columns, right? All right. So we have what we call we can actually create a filter view. You understand? We can create a filter view, right? So we can create a filter view. We can name this as a filter view. We are going to name it what? Filter one, or any other thing we want. But for you to understand this better, let's say you come to the table sections and you want to use a filter, but you come to this place to select only the first two, right? We selected only the first two, then we went down to save it as the first 2 months, right? The first 2 months. So if we want to save this, we can actually come to where? Come to our filter view. So when you come to your filter view, you have an option to create a new filter view. Let's say we want to name this thing what? The first 2 months. So you can actually name the first 2 months and you can remove it. Is that clear? So this is where you are going to name. You can create a filter view. You can equally remove your filter view, right? So in case your manager comes tomorrow and said, okay, what was the last temporary file, or sorry, temporary filter we had, you can click on it and it's going to show that first two filter that you just saved, right? So the same thing goes, you can equally come to this place and do what? And remove it, or you can undo to remove. Is that clear? You can do what? You can undo to, let me just save. So it's going to be there. So in case if it's needed, right, we can shift right or we can shift left. If you are using a laptop that is very small, of course, you are going to see ellipsis what? Ellipsis button. So this ellipsis button is going to help you to find more functions. Do you understand? So it's going to help you to find more functions. You know what is a paint format? So paint format will actually be used more, or you will understand about paint format more. Where? In your Google document. If you're using a Google document, you understand what a paint format is used for. So this is all about our tools, then our data, right? So you can see everything about our data. You can go through the tools we have. The spelling tools, you saw when I was writing some things, it used to do what? Help me to correct it. So by default, it can spell and you can equally have a personal dictionary. You can have a personal dictionary, right? All right. So coming to the right side, we're having the what? We're having the show all comments, and we have an option for what? For the video sections. So let's say you want to have a video meeting with your what? With your team, you can actually click here and you have a video meeting. So this is where we have our what? Our share button. So after building your work, let me do this to be better. So it doesn't block anything. So I can move it to here, right? I can click and move it to this place. So let me just place this one, right? So I think the work is fine, right? It's okay, right? So let's move up to see what, to see, let me bring this up more before I want to have a screenshot and, all right. So we can actually do what? We can actually have a screenshot of our work, right? So you can decide to have a screenshot, a clean screenshot, especially if you are building your portfolio, because we are going to talk about a data entry portfolio, because you have to learn how to do what? To build your data entry portfolio. As a data entry specialist, you must learn how to build your portfolio, right? And that will be the next course we are going to talk. So from here, we'll be able to do what? To share. Do you understand? So you can share by copying the link and you can send it to anybody you want, or you can actually put their what emails here. So when you want to share the link, you have to come and give what access. You have to decide the kind of access you want. Do you want to restrict the person or anybody with the link that you'll be able to get the link? Is that clear? So this is how you can actually work on your spreadsheet as a very perfect organized data entry specialist. So, and I knew you've learned a lot today. So the next thing we are going to do now is, now you've learned how to organize your what? You've learned how to organize your spreadsheet. Now, how do you prepare your portfolio as a data entry specialist, right? So these are the basics you have to have for you to be a good data entry specialist. And for us to do that, we'll be bringing this down. We want to do what? We want to go directly to our what? Okay, I think we sent an email. We sent an email that time, right? Okay, we viewed the mail. We viewed the mail. So let's go to our Canva. We can actually do what? We can actually use our Canva. I will not go in detail to tell you how to start registering and other things about Canva, but I just want you to learn how you can actually organize your work perfectly as a data entry specialist. Let's say you've finished building your data, your customers' data. Now you want to organize your portfolio, right? So we can come to this place and select anyone. Is okay. Anyone is okay. So before we select, remember that those ones, let's go back and see. Hold on. Let me go down and show you something. All right. So all these ones are the paid version, right? The paid version. So we'll be using the free version, right? Yes, this is just for 1,000 people, please. If it's more than 1,000, you cannot come in. This is 1,000. I think we are we not, we're up to 1,000 already. So sorry. Sorry, my dear. Sorry. All right. So this is what this, okay, sorry. Let me check other questions because this one just pumped up. Let me check other question. After this class, can we get access to the training videos? Please, is anyone here? Yeah, people are here. There are many. We are many. This is a webinar. This is not an ordinary, it's not an ordinary Zoom. It's a webinar, so you won't be able to see anybody. All right. You're actually a good teacher. Seems like you are opening my head and putting my knowledge inside. Thank you, sweetie. Mariam, thank you so much. I love that. Please, ma, can we have a recorded class? Yes, you will. Don't worry. But how do we send it? You know, we have more than 2,000 people. To even bring you guys in WhatsApp was a big problem for us. So how do we send these videos? It's problem because the only way we can send it is through Drive. And for us to send these videos to Drive is going to take us 1 week. Trust me, it's not like an email. During the mailing, I used the MailChimp and the Pipe Drive, right? Yeah, the video is recorded. Everybody's asking me if the thank you so much, ma. Good evening. Thank you for the handsome presentation. Please, can you have a replay of the webinar? Yes, I will try to see if I can give you guys the webinar. Good day, ma. Thank you for this impact section. I'm really glad to be here, but I have just one question. What are the key concepts I should focus on when entering my data? Sweetie, a lot of things. It's not, there is no particular one, but make sure you are properly organized, that you understand the concept, listen very well, know what your client wants, right? Extract the right leads, know what your client wants, and make sure you know how the functions works very well, and relax to do what? To give him a perfect work. You saw the way it took us almost what, 1 hour to talk about on the spreadsheet, right? It's not like I can't rush it, but I want you guys to understand step by step. Please, ma, can we have a recap later because I need to go through this lecture gradually to understand everything. You are doing a lot, ma. Thank you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much, ma. How can I do a screenshot of my entire spreadsheet? All right, sweetie, HP. Your name is coming out as a HP. I'm going to teach you how you are going to do a screenshot. It's not a problem. So these are the few things we have here. And thank you so much for telling me about the classes. So now I want to everybody here to learn how to prepare a professional what portfolio. How do you create a portfolio, right? So as a data entry specialist, you must learn how to build a very sweet, beautiful professional portfolio. So that's why we're here. So I'm going to let me just duplicate this. Let's just use only three. Just for the sake of this training, I'm going to present three, right? Portfolio. How do you sell yourself? Now you've learned a lot. Now, how do you tell people what you've learned? That's what we are here for, right? I want you to be the best. I want you to have a confidence. There's nothing in data entry. It's just for you to know the formatting, know the functions, and relax and do a very great job, right? And I'm going to show you sites you are going to get a lot of jobs as a data entry specialist. You understand? So these are the benefits we give our students. But for the sake of this, you are going to get it free too. All right? Okay. So let's just do something. I'm going to use my name and make it very what? Very easy and very fast. So here I'll be doing what? Copy and drag or the copy and paste, anyone, right, sweeties? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to write my name here. My name is Honora, right? Honora Ugoma. Edit, right? All right. So now I'm going to do what? Because I want to talk about myself. Who am I? I'm a data entry specialist. Let me just increase this. Do you see how we are increasing? We are using the font size to increase. And I want this actually to be in a bold, but it's already in bold. You can see the highlights around the bold. It is going to show you that it's already what? It's already in a bold, right? Okay. So I'm going to do what? I'm going to click on this and drag it to this place, right? So I will remove the ones we don't need. I'm not sure we need these ones, right? We don't need them for anything. All right. Glory be to God that the person designed it very well for us. I'm not a graphics designer. What am I? A data entry specialist, right? A data entry specialist, right? So I want to sell myself I want to tell them I am a data entry specialist. So we are going to do what? We are going to select these things and make them look so beautiful, right? So, all these people, they don't actually know me, right? They don't actually know me, right? So how do I tell them who am I? By inputting what? Let me remove all these ones. We don't need them for now, right? So let's just remove them. So we're going to bring in our pictures, right? Let me bring my picture so that they will know who I am and know that we are well experienced, right? So for us to do that, I have some few pictures I've uploaded already, but for the sake of this class, you can actually upload directly from your Lappy, right? So I'm going to do it. I'm going to get it in from my laptop. Let's go to downloads, right? So I go to my downloads because it's my picture, professional picture. I saved it here. So let me see if I'll be able to see it first. So we just bring it in. I want you guys to see how I'm going to bring it in direct. If not, I have the same picture where I have a lot on my laptop. So it's time I start removing some. I have a lot. So all right, this is it. Let's see. All right, let's say I want to use this. I love this picture so much, so it's going to do what? It's going to upload, right? After uploading, is either I drag and bring it here or I double click. So it's going to come here. Actually, I brought two, right? So you're going to make sure you have a very professional what picture. You are going to make sure you have what? A professional picture that will say good things about you, right? You are what? You've already told them you are a data analyst, right? A data entry what? Specialist, right? So you are a specialist, so you should act like a specialist, right? So this is it, right? We can actually do what? Reduce it, but I think I want it bigger. This is okay, right? So be very mindful of what? Be very mindful of the what? The the edges or the lines, right? So I want to add the background to this. So for me to add the background to this, let's say I come to this, I want to use an IT videos. I pray I have ones that are plain and simple, right? Okay, let's say the ones I'm using are the ones that doesn't have the cap, right? So I want something that will be more, it's not too dark, but it's always beautiful when it's not too dark or it's too light, right? It's not too dark. All these ones that are beautiful, we have to pay for it. You see what they did? And they left the plain ones for us. All right, so do you see? First, I'm going to make this to be a background by right clicking. Then I'm going to do what? Replace my background. Do you understand? So I've replaced my background, and because I replaced my background, I can decide to do what? To change my color text, right? I can actually do what? Change my color text. How do I do that? I have to right click everything here, or I can equally use only one, right? I will come to this color text. I will go to changes to black. It's going to ask me, do you want to change everything to black? I said, okay, I want to change everything to black, and it's going to turn all to black. So the same thing I can equally do here, right? I have to just highlight it. I think the one we choose is not actually dark, right? That's why it was not. Let me bring this down more, right? Let me expand it to right. This is blocked. It's unlocked. Sorry, that's why it's not going. So I've unlocked it. So let me highlight it now so I can change the color. It didn't change that time because it's blocked. It's locked. You saw the key, right? So now I've changed it to black, but I think it's not visible, right? So that means this background is not good, right? So let me go and get another background that is better, right? So let's look for something that is dark. So we are going to see our colors. I think this young man is dark, right? Don't worry about me. I'm fixing it as a to replace my background. So I've replaced the background. Now I can bring back my colors to white, right? Don't worry about the man. We are going to faint him, right? Okay, let's just do it now. So we're going to come to this place to edit, right? Because it seems we're not talking about him, but we don't need this man. We just want to use him as a background, right? So I'm going to the whole image. I want it to be blur, right? Okay, I think it's okay like this. Then we're going to come out of this by clicking on this. Now, I think it's better, right? So the only thing we have to do now is to turn our font color again to what? To white, so that it's visible. Now, yes, it's asking me, should I turn everything? Yeah, I think it's okay, right? So you see the way we are trying to do what? Make our portfolios to look like who we are. We are specialists, right? We cannot be specialists and we don't even know how to do a simple data entry specialist portfolio, right? Now, as a data analyst, okay, let me remove this one so that we're going to have a, I'm going to duplicate the ones we've done. So we are going to use all of them, right? Let's just use one pattern, right? So I can duplicate this one. So they're going to be the same. Don't worry. I'm going to design. I need only 3 for this class. We're going to use only 3, right? All right. So this I can actually remove a bit to fit in properly. I can make this bigger, right? I can bring this bigger, right? Then I will set it properly, right? So now I want to make the edges to look more professional by corner the rounding. So let's use 20. I think 20 is always good, or 23 or 24 is okay, right? So do you see the way we corner the edges? Do you understand? So this is okay for us now. So we've added our background, we've choose the best portfolio we want to use, and anybody that sees it, we see that you are a data entry specialist. Now, how do we start adding our professional experience, right? How do we start adding our professional experience? We can do that by let's say here I have a lot of things I've already uploaded anyway because I work a lot on this. So I want to show my clients that I know how to do what? That I know how to, let me reduce this one now because this is the second section, right? So normally if I should have what? Introduction of myself, right? So this second section will be about me. Do you understand? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to create about me before I start, right? I want to say something about myself. So, well, we can actually do this by, let me just go to, you can use a ChatGPT to get something solid about yourself, right? So that you're going to, but make sure you read it very well. When you read it and ensure you do what? You change it to sound human, right? Don't just do copy and paste, but ChatGPT actually gives a very good summary, right? So I just want to pick some few things about me. All right, this is a good one, right? Okay, let's select this one. I want it small. Okay, I'm going to take a very small one anyway, because this is a whole lot of me. This is a whole lot of me, right? So let's just take this small one and go back to our what? Our Canva, right? All right, so I will not be needing this right now, right? I don't need this, so I'm going to remove that. So I want to remove this too, so that I'll be able to do what? I'll be able to paste here about myself. Do you see how it is? No problem, we can arrange. I want it to be in the left. I equally can increase it, right? Because I want it to be visible. I want them to be able to read about me, what I can do and who am I, right? So if I feel it's okay, I will not do what? I would love to adjust it, right? I can equally come to this place and do what? And add my corners. Is that clear? So now you can see this background is not what? It's not giving us what we want. Why? Because it's taking our what? It's taking our beauty in, right? It's taking our beauty in. So I want to do something. Let's just go back. Don't worry about this. I got it on the cover. I just want to get only one black from the previous one we removed, right? All right, we're here. Okay. All right, thank you. So we can actually do what? We can actually drag and move this to go up, right? Sorry. Let me see. All right. So I want this down. All right, and this will be up, right? Do you know why? Because that our this thing, that our about us is not about actually up, right? We cannot see ourselves. So let's say use a better dark one. Then let me see you remove this because we don't actually need all these ones. Okay, this one we want to use it as what? As a data analyst, data entry specialist. Are you guys there?
Sorry, stop complaining because a lot of people, yes, it's only 1,000. If it's more than 1,000, you can't come in. I'm sorry. All right. So let me remove this one. Remove this one. We don't need this, right? So we only want the one we can use to put out. I'm just giving you, it's not like this is a real, if I give you a real one, wow, you are going to be wow, because this is what that's going to tell you. This is what it's telling you, right? So let's try to bring it up again because I wanted something that they can be able to read. Then we can adjust, right? So let me bring out my data analyst. I want it up. So I'm coming to bring it down again. So this is why I love working with a Canva, right? This is why I love working with a Canva. Do you understand? So you can actually move things and still bring them back the way you want them. So let's just keep the name here. Do you understand? Data entry specialist. Okay, let's keep it here, right? And we bring this more down. So this is about me, an expert in a data entry analyst. Do you understand? So if you have done this, let me copy this anyway. I want to do what? I want to duplicate it. So we want it down to. So we have a lot of functions by the right button, right? So just keep your name down here. All right. So this is about you, right? This is about you. Is that clear? So let me highlight this one, add it a bit step, right? Then I'm going to give what? A step down. Then I'm going to make this one to be what? Very small. Are we communicating? Yes, this is about me. So you can actually extract from anywhere. So whoever that is coming here is going to know that what? Everything about you, right? So I want this, now I want this background, right? I want this background. So I'm going to do what? I want to duplicate it. How do I do that? By clicking on this plot button, I'm going to have more, but I want it down. So I'm going to move it down, right? So this is how you are going to be using your functions button. For this, we are going to add the same. Remember what we used? I think it was what? It was a 23 or 22, right? 22. Okay, let's use 22. I think it's okay, right? So do you see the way it curves? It looks more professional and more beautiful, right? The first thing we have to do this too, because remember we removed them. So that's why it's not there, right? The corner what? The corner recording. Rounding, sorry, the corner rounding. So this is 22 too, right? All right. So make sure they are all the same thing. Do you understand? So this is where we are going to do what? This is where we are going to start doing what? Start adding our professional experiences that we said we had, right? We start adding our professional experiences. Like what? Those things we've done, right, sweeties? Do you remember those things we've done? Yes, look at them, right? So we're going to come here. We did what? With a Google Sheet, right? And Google Form, right? So let me say I'm bringing in my Google Form. I want it to be like a two samples of my Google Form. I want my responses. All right. This is okay, right? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to separate both of them. Do you understand? We're going to separate both. Let me just increase this so you guys can see it, right? It's okay like this, right? So I'm going to do what? I'm going to do the same by trying to corner the roundings using the same, like 22, right? All right, I just corner the rounding. So I'll be able to post it here. Then the same thing, I'm going to do the same to this one, right? Because I want them to see. I want my client to see my work. You have to learn how to sell yourself. It's not all about attending classes and having certificates. You have to learn how to do what, put it out there very well, organize it. So these are the things our students do what they learn before they start searching for jobs. So they have to learn how to uh, build their own website. They are not here for developing website, but if they are going for our ITF courses, we teach them what? We teach them how to build website. They are mini website. They don't need code. They don't need to write codes, right? They are going to know how to build their landing page. So we don't have time. Every data entry specialist is supposed to have a landing page. Every data specialist is supposed to have what? Supposed to have a website. We're not, I'm not talking about you building the real website. We have a lot of tools you can use to build your professional data entry website that people If they ask you to send your CV and you send those things, just tell me good 5 reasons why they will not hire you. We don't need CVs again. What is CV? It's outdated, right? It's outdated already, right? So, or most of the professional jobs you are going to see remotely going what? Is going digital. And this is why you have to grow with what? You have to grow with the system. Are you getting me? So remember we did a lot about our what? Our slide. So let me just uh let me click on okay, let me just remove the back one. It's okay. I can equally edit it and do what? And remove from here. But let me just remove the back one and put it like this because I want it to actually be the same space with this, right? So I'm going to do the same thing. I want to do what? I want to bring more of my spreadsheet, right? Because I have already put my Google form, which is what? Where I generated the leads, right? So now I want to do what? I want to arrange my spreadsheet, right? I want them to see, I understand every game about being a data entry specialist, right? So this is how we are going to do. It's not only this. Remember, as a data entry analysis, you need to know some tools like trailer tools, right? You need to know a lot of tools. I hope you know. It's not just about putting up your organizing a data, your client's data. No, you have to learn how a lot of tools like a Trello. Every data analyst must know a few of the what CRM tools. It's very necessary. Anybody that wants, not even every that, forget about data entry. Anybody that wants to work remotely, you must learn how to use CRM tools. How will you work for them? How? You're not going to office, right? You may not even see your employer till the end of their life. That's the truth. But you're working with them. How will you work with them? With tools they're going to provide for you. Do you see why it's necessary for you to have a real practical training of IT? It's not about I went to this particular place. We want a real practical IT. Most of our students, they do their assignments and they must do assignments and they have to post it and you must know how to do it before you get the certificate. So anywhere you see our certificate, I'm telling you and I'm betting on you, the person is a specialist. Because without we confirming that you are actually learned anything, we're not giving you your certificate. We don't care. And we don't take money for certificate. It's completely free. You deserved it because you spent your months with us, right? You spent your months with us and you learned, we're very sure you learned heavily, right? So this is how you are going to do what? Okay, I think I have, how many is here? All right. I think I have my Trello for you to see what Trello looks like, right? Right, this is a Trello board, so I'm going to put it here. So you have to know how to use all this to do what? To prepare your right? Maybe you are working in an organization that excluding from you entering the data. They want you to do what? To be part of the project, right? They want you to be what? Part of the project. So when you learn all these tools, it's going to enable you, number one, to become a specialist, and secondly, it's going to enable you to do what? To have more skills. We're talking about skills, right? You need skills. If you really want to be a good data entry specialist, you need skills. Familiarity, bring out time, 1 month or 2 months, you are done, right? You start searching for jobs. So anytime, anywhere they call you, you are very sure of who you are. You trust yourself, right? So let's say this one, we are using this one for Trello, and we can actually use another one for whatever, maybe for Zendex or for Zapier or for anything. So you can actually do what? You can actually create more, and this is expected to be around 15 or 16, depending on the skills you have, right? So the more skills, the more chances of you getting your job as a data entry analyst. So there's another thing I will say before we open up our cameras. So let me just where do I send this? So after, let's say I've created this, but this is just an example. This is not how it should be. You have to have more screenshots. You have to have more skills for you to be able to build a solid. You have to prove like you know how to generate leads, right? You have to prove you know how to generate leads. You've already proved to them that you know how to organize the leads you generated, right? So you have to prove to them you know how to design a lot of things. Data entry. Data what? Entry. So a lot calculations. A lot comes with a data entry. So our full class on data entry has a lot in it, right? It has what? A lot in it. So before I move to the next one, what I want us to do, which is the site, I want you guys to see where you can actually get e-jobs very fast. When you acquire the right skills that is required. After your training, you acquire the right skills and you are ready. You already build a website, you've already built a portfolio, a landing page, and you are ready to start searching for job. I'm going to show you some of the few sites you can actually get a data entry job very fast, right? So in our academy, we equally help you to build we help all our students to make sure that they build what? They built their profile in the major jobs search online. So you must build your profile. We help you step by step to build your profile. We're going to teach you how you are going to build your profile. So for us to send it now, we are going to click on share, right? So from this share, you will be able to do what? To download, right? You will be able to do what? To download. So when you click on the download, see this what is suggested. It's suggested this as a PDF. It's okay. But I love printing in my PDF print. This is better, right? This is better structured, right? So when you are done with that, it's just a page 1 of 5. So you make sure the pages are okay. We just created a 1 to 5. Then you can click on a download, right? It's going to download here, but you have an option to do what? To receive it in or save it where? In your computer, right? Do you have do you, how do you rate? All right, I'm rating you. Wait, women in what? Women in tech training. All right, so I can actually do what? I can actually save this in my system and I will be able to send it to you guys in there, in the what? In the group section later. Do you understand? So this is just an example how a data analyst or how a data entry specialist supposed to build a very beautiful what? Portfolio to sell yourself. So another thing we are going to talk about now is about what? The sites. So one of the best sites I love for data entry is what? Is the freelancing. There are a lot of them, but this is one of them that is actually very good. What? Freelancing, right? Freelancing, what? All right, let's go in. I have an account here, but it's just for training. All right. Just for my student. That's why I created this. So let's sign up and see. Um, let's sign up and see. Well, freelancing. This is a very good site anyway. So you're going to see a lot of what? Even Upwork, they have a lot of data entry what? Jobs, right? So they have a lot of data entry jobs, right? Okay, let me just open it. So don't worry, all these questions, I'm coming back to them. Just hold on, right? So this is it. I want us to do what? Let's see. Do you see? What are you seeing? Data processing, data entry. When you become an expert, you can actually earn from 30 to 250 euro. Maybe this is a one-time thing. He just wants you to register all his data, right? So this one is what? Trainers performance tracking system, data entry. So it's not just about sitting down and putting up something on the system. See, you have to learn how to know about data processing, data entry, and product design. Do you see why I tell you that it's not just about, see, telemarketing, and he has to have the skill of data entry. So when they are telling you about data, somebody asked me when we started, I thought this class is just for data entry. I smiled. These are the kind of people that when they learn how to use a spreadsheet, they will start looking for job. No, that's not it. That's not data entry. It's beyond. So you have to have other skills that must go with a data entry before you start going out there. What about they have a half-baked cake they drop on their YouTube? They just want you to come back and click again and click again and click again, right? So you can face reality by having other basic skills that you need. Even if you want to work as a virtual assistant, you equally need to have some skills as a data entry, right? As a data entry expert, you need some other skills. Do you see leads? When I was generating leads, building form, somebody here asked me a question. I thought this is a data entry form. She was expecting me to come and teach like every other lecturer out there. Just I will tell you about how you can enter, use a spreadsheet. No, that's not what we do. We go beyond because we want you to make sure you are ready. And when you are ready, I'm sure you are ready so that within 1 month or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, you come back and tell me you've gotten a job. I don't want people that you keep on wasting your connect, you keep on wasting because you're not ready. You don't know anything. You don't understand anything. They did not tell you the truth. Do you understand? So when we are talking about having the basic skill and having a very comprehensive fundamental skills, it matters a lot. So you can see most of the data entry job, it equally applies some of the other skills. And this is why we decided to give the course we called what? The group courses. We have our group course. In our group course, you are going to learn a lot of things. It's like we are training you to have basic skill that you must need to work anywhere, right? It's not just about being a virtual assistant or anything. So we're going to train you to do what? To be the king or be the queen of your life for real, right? So anywhere, any job, you can actually work as a data and entry. You can actually work as a virtual assistant under one course program, right? Under one course program. So I want to start taking the questions I have here. So if you have more questions, thank you so much, Ma. Please, how can I do? All right, I'm going to come to that. Screenshots, I will teach you how to do screenshot, but we can't do it actually here. All right, thank you so much, Ma, for the class. Please, Ma, can I do this with my phone? Yes, for no, yes and no. See, you can actually do learn some things. You can learn IT with your work, but trust me, I will tell you the truth. You need a laptop. Even if you start with a cell phone, make sure that before you finish your classes, please try as much as possible to get a small laptop, even if it's not the expensive one. I have two laptops, but trust me, the one I'm using is the old Dell. The only thing I did was like I make sure the speed is very fast, right? That's what I need, and I put it up in a good internet. That's what I'm using. I love it more than the one I bought very expensive. And how much did I buy it? I think it's less than 160 naira in naira. It's less than that. Do you understand? So please, if you are using a phone, it's okay. It's welcome. Start with what you have. But please, face reality. If I'm going to farm with you and you did not bring anything, and I brought a knife, I brought my hose, who will farm more? Do you understand? Oh, sorry, my love. You said you came late. You came late. I don't know your name. You said Infinity. I would just say, God bless you. I hope this prayer will be. Amen. Thank you so much. I appreciate. Thank you so much, my love. Zuli Hat Mohammed. Thank you so much. I love that. Please, ma, well done, ma. I'm just joining. I'm lost because I had problem joining. Oh, sorry, so sorry. We are so sorry for that. We can only entertain only 1,000 people. All right. If it's more than 1,000, that's why people were having issues to join. I'm sorry. Please, ma. All right. He said, thank you so much for the class, ma. Please, ma, can I do this with my phone? Yes, you can. I've just answered you again. Ma, with the app you are using to talk about your graphic design. It's Canva. It's Canva. It's Canva. Don't worry. Canva, we teach Canva from scratch to up. There's another thing I'm going to teach you guys if there is time, is about our website, how you are going to use your website to sell yourself as a data entry specialist. And you're supposed to have what we call a landing page, right? So thank you so much for this training, but I'm just wondering how pure beginners can work effective with this training without a pre-knowledge. I don't need you to have a knowledge, but see there, I love students that don't know anything about tech. Anyway, most of my students, they don't know anything about tech. I don't care. I teach you from scratch because I want you to represent me properly. I don't care. Don't if you know tech, why are you coming? To upskill? Okay, you are welcome. But I love people that don't know anything. That's who I'm looking for. People that doesn't actually know much, right? So don't worry about your pre-knowledge, you know knowledge or you don't know. Nobody knows knowledge about tech. All of us started from one step, right? All of us started from one day. Enjoying the class, but can I get a recorded class? Yes, I will try, but I'm not promising because it's going to be a very great big job for us to send videos to over more than 2,000 people. We have over 2,000 people that registered for this course. So we can't do that, but we'll try to see what we can do. But I'm not promising you. Yeah, you are fully with me. Thank you so much, sweetie. Well, I'm lost. Sorry, my dear, if you're lost because maybe network kicked you out, and don't worry, I'm going to help you. I'm going to guide you through. Ma, you are breaking up. Oh, sorry, that would be network. Hello, ma. My name is Nemo Faith. I'm a recent graduate of geology and I'm mining waiting for my NYC. After having this section with you, I'm interested in serving with your organization. I don't know if it's possible. Thank you. All right, Faith Nemo. You mail my manager. Talk to my manager. If there is a position, she will actually help you, and we see what we can do. Help us to. Actually, we're having only position for sales, for only sales for right now. But talk to my manager, Mrs. Rosemary. So if there is a position, she's going to let you know. Will this be the only class we'll be having? Hey, Awufu, Bosede, or Olaliwaju. Ha! She want me to be having this class every day. Is there any ongoing training for this course? Yes, we have training. We have virtual assistant. We have our full package for ITF. See, in academy, we don't just don't talk about data entry. What is data entry? You are not learning anything if you are going as a data entry specialist. We are going to teach you. If you're having the skill of data entry, we equally have the one of virtual assistant, customer support. We are going to teach you. We are packaging you for a job, not for any particular specialized course. So you are going to get the basic you need, the fundamental, the real tools. We use the real tools. We don't pretend. All my students must learn how to use tools, because I don't want in a situation you get a work, you go there, they are asking you, can you use a Google form? You said no, you don't know how to use Google form, right? It doesn't make sense for me. So I bring out my time to make sure. See, I don't want to run my company like every Nigeria company out there. You know, Nigerians, they have one thing I don't like. They always they don't face reality. They don't want to care if you are actually in for the best or not. I don't want to do this, run my academy. We're not running our academy pay cost. We're running our academy based on quality, what you have to offer. I have never raised a student that just come to my class and said, I want to run only virtual assistant. Trust me, I'm not telling you the truth, the lies, any lies. I'm saying it in a public area, right? Even if you want to be a virtual assistant and you register with us, at the end, you will find out you are equally a customer support, you're a data entry specialist, you're a product manager. I teach everything. We call it what group course. It's called a way to give back to society. See, everybody understand things are very difficult. And I want in a way that I will give back to people. You understand? I'm giving back to people. I'm giving back to Nigerians. No matter how small, we can actually help each other. Do you understand? So that's why I decided, instead of me to be collecting money individually from people, giving them one specialized courses. We equally have a specialized courses, like if you want to be a cybersecurity specialist, web development, UI UX design, a lot of them. So we have all those courses. But I'm talking about facing the real job field, like all those ones that want to be a virtual assistant, a customer support. If you are joining us tomorrow, just know you are not going to be trained only on virtual assistant. Be ready to learn a lot of skills. That's what I'm saying, right? Is there any ongoing training for? Yes, there is an ongoing training, but you're not getting only data entry course. You get a lot of skills. Thank you so much for this class. It's so much inspiring. That is the basic. I want all women to be well inspired. I want everybody. Trust me, there is money on IT. There is money in tech. Don't let anybody deceive you. And there is something they are saying. They will tell you, no, they don't like Nigeria. That's the lie. Oyibo don't want pay. They don't want to pay. If they hire Americans, right, they will pay them more. If they hire us, like a job we are doing for $15 per hour, American person will charge like $40 per hour. And if there is a company that is running for 24 hours, right, that company needs people that are in different time zone. So don't let anybody deceive you. They don't just have the right skills, right? So we're going to groom you. After training you, we're going to give you all the website you required, and we're going to make sure we enable you to build everything you needed, and we guide you. And the best part of it is that we have a student community. In this our student community, we put all our students together. So even if after you graduate, you are getting a job and you have an issue. Maybe you don't know how to solve the task because recently, because it's a remote job, they will end up telling you, giving you one big task. Don't worry, bring it back. What of us is going to sit down, break it down? You send it back to them. Get the job. Go and change the life. That's how we operate. It doesn't start and ends after your training. So it's a continually relationship that we are building. Trust me, all my students that left, I stand for them. Most of them, I'm the one that said they are working with me in Upwork because he needed someone to refer, right? In freelancer, I think very soon freelancer will know me, right? Everybody's working with me. Let's progress. What are we holding it for, right? So I make sure that my students do what survive from anywhere I can actually assist you. The basic is to make sure you hit the rock, right? I would like to be a further trained by you. Can I go about it? It's okay. After the training, you can register. It's okay. We are open for, we are actually having our June training. So July will start very soon. So if you want to register, it's okay. After the class, the line, I'm one of the admin in that, whatever, in that, Women in Tech. I'm one of the admins. So I think I will post my number. So anybody that wants to register, just talk to me. I'm going to tell you. Anyway, our courses, our group course, we are having 50,000. Then any other of our specialized courses, 100,000. So we have 50,000 and 100,000. Before we did 6 months promo. I did 6 months promo for Nigerians when I came early. That was last year. So I ran the promo from December till May. So it ended in May. So we did a 50% discount for people to know about us, to face reality, to help people, right? Like I told you guys, it's about giving back to the society, right? Will I be able to fit in as a senior? Of course, you'll be able to fit in. Zachary, there is nothing. It's meant for everybody. And the only good thing about this is a recorded version, a recorded section. So I teach, I record, right? So even if you miss any of the classes, or even if you are busy for one or two, but I don't like students that don't come to class. So if you register with me, don't come up with excuses. Make sure you are coming because those 1 month or 2 months is enough for you to you've had a lot of budgets for 10 years, 20 years, 15 years, 30 years, right? So only 2 months, try to create time. So I love students that come to class because during the class you can ask questions, we can talk, we can interact, you understand more. But when you are watching the video and you have a problem, you may not even be able to ask me questions, right? So, and we have educators, professionals. They are not like they are just professionals. They face reality. They will teach you from scratch. You are ready to answer question anytime, any moment. Is that clear? So after this class, you can have my number. Then if you want to register, I'm going to take you to the finance department. Mrs. Rashida, she will be able to register you and I will guide you through. Actually, our registration is not difficult anyway. What we normally do, we post our website, if you go to our website, you are going to see our payment gateways. I made it very easy. So it's Access Bank and Zenith Bank. The only thing I want, you make payments directly to the company account and send me the slip. That's all. Then I will join you in the next class. Like if you pay for June, you will join July. If you pay July, you join August. That's how we are doing it. Right? So you pay early so that you have a slot because we cannot pay more than 1,000. Do you understand? Because we cannot pay our subscription is 1,000. Anyway, now we've started morning and evening classes, so we are going to have more space. Like if you are free, you join morning. If you're not free, you join the evening class. Then depending on when you pay. If you pay early and you want any particular section, we can join you. But if you pay late, we can only fix you where there is space. Do you understand? So Aminat, you are welcome. Zachary, I know you are a senior citizen. Don't worry. You have to be in your house. You have to relax in your home. I'll give you the basic training you need, and you'll still get your job from home at your comfort. All right? Hi, Ma. You are doing a very good work. Thank you so much. Can you give me a quick recap of generating leads? I came late. All right, sweetie. Your clients that want you to register or fill up a data, right? How do you get those data? You have to generate them. You can generate leads from using Apollo or LinkedIn. These are the things you have to learn. They are very heavy courses. We can I'm not actually talk about them in this small class, right? So you can do that. You can generate your leads from even ChatGPT these days. It helps. It does a very good job. So you can generate your leads using ChatGPT. You can equally generate your leads using Map. A lot of places. I will teach you. Don't worry. I'm the one doing the job. You're going to see more of my faces, right? Even if you send me a message and don't reply, please understand I'm very busy. I must come back to your message no matter the time. All right? Please. Maximum 15, 20 minutes. Okay? All right. So generating leads is just like you extracting information from the public, right? Thank you, Ma, for your selfless. Do you think intent in? Yes, we have a data analytics classes. We have, all right. So we have check my website, check website. Everything is there. All our courses are there. Thank you, Ma. But please, can you help me by making the course video available for us? I just said it several times, sweetie. Osinachi, I will not be able to send video to 200 and 2,300 people. It's so difficult. Please. But I'll see what I can do, right? Please, is there a recording class? I just joined. I have missed so much. Sorry, sweetie. Um, there's a recording. The class is being recorded. Okay. Thank you so much, Ma, for this training. Indeed, this is a huge. We love to be under your training. Don't worry, my love. You're highly welcome. All right. You're highly welcome. I take good care of my students. I make sure they learn. You must learn by force. It's not a academy you come and show me big boy, right? Because you must do your assignments. And don't worry, before we close this class, I'm going to open some of our groups, our student groups, so that you see what is an assignment. You see the way they do the assignments. They do competitions there. That's how we operate. You must do the assignment because I want you to learn. If I'm talking like this, you think it's easy. When you go back and watch the video, you'll find out that it's not as easy as it. Good evening, ma'am. Would it be possible to post this video on YouTube and share the link? All right, God's will or more. I will do that. But remember what I'm giving is a free back to society. I don't want this making money in a YouTube style. But I'll see what I can do. Maybe yes, but it's a long video, but I will try. All right. I always want I want my babies to be happy, so I will try my best. This class is really exciting. Thank you so much, Ma, for the time, Ma. God bless you and reward you both for you look really beautiful, by the way. Oh, I just found the lover. But you don't put your name. I don't know your name. Samsung SM S911B. Hey, see, I've gotten a boyfriend today. On a day, dear Nan. Thank you, sweetie. You look so handsome too. Though I can't see your face. Ma, the video can actually be uploaded onto yeah, Drive. I know, and the link is pasted on the group. And I know. Obia Juluju Ibesi. Obia Julu, Julu, Obia Juluju, Obia Nuju. Is it Obia Nuju Ibesi? Sorry, I know what to do, but it's not a easy job, right? I will try. I know everybody want this the recording. I will. Thank you, Ma. I really enjoyed your teaching. How much is the payment for the virtual? We don't have virtual. How many times will I tell this girl? I'm not going to give you only virtual assistant. Virtual assistant is nothing. You will not have the skills required for you to be a professional. I will impact skills. When I teach you, you are going to be under the group courses. In this group course, you'll be teach as a virtual assistant, as a customer support, right? As a data entry analysis, as a name them, you will have a knowledge of all the product tools. I will teach you CRM tools, even as a virtual assistant. So don't just come for virtual assistant. Tell me you want to come and learn and become a professional. That's all I want to hear. Forget about virtual assistants. Unless you want to be a specialist like a cybersecurity, UI, UX, right? I can now do a special training for you. We call it a special classes, right? Good evening, ma'am. My name is Happiness. Please, how much is the full class? My love, the full class for this is 50,000. And you are going to train, we are going to train you in 9 basic fundamental courses. One, you are going to learn how to be a good virtual assistant with all the skills, and all the what tools required. Customer service is involved, product and project management, CRM tools. You are going to learn both sales and marketing. We grouped it and we can see you may not understand. The reason is this. I want people, I want my student Fuck the money. I want my students to be able to, like, when they come out and say we are from Digital Bazooka, let them stand like the bazooka they are. Do you understand? I'm imparting skills. So even if you want to learn to be a virtual assistant, be ready, because you are leaving the academy not just as a virtual assistant. You are going to leave the academy as an IT specialist. That's what I'm saying, and that's the truth. I can give you, you will see, meet other previous students. Ask them. They are happy. We talk every time. They don't even want to leave. Do you know sometimes when my classes are ended, my students, they are telling me, Mama, we are missing you. Mama, what is this? Can you add extra 2 weeks? Because I built a very good relationship. I see them as my kids. I love them. I want them to prosper. I want them to put the laugh at the end, right? And trust me, God is doing wonders, right? All right. Happiness, don't worry. The courses is 50,000 only, right? Thank you, Ma, for this wonderful opportunity to gain the grab more knowledge. Please, how much does it cost? It's just 50,000, right? I brought it so low. I don't want this issue of pay 120, pay 150, pay everything. It's not like a normal course that you go and pay for virtual assistant for 25,000. You now go and pay for customer service for 15,000. You now go and pay for data entry for 50. No, 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 no. Everything I'm giving you at 50,000. After the training, if you feel you are not, everything I said today is a lie, I'm going to give you your money back. Yes, this is me. After the training, if you don't call me to say thank you so much, ma, I'm going to return your money. It's nothing. 50,000 is nothing. I want the impact more. Do you understand? Looking forward for the recording. I'm going to do that. All right. How much is the cost, please? Is it 50,000, sweetie? How may I register? Go through the website, right? Or go through the website. We are going to see register now. Just click on it. You'll find the the payment gateways. But meanwhile, after this training, I think I'm going to drop it on the women or the groups. We have actually two groups, right? I don't know anyone you are, so I'm going to drop it in both of them, and each of them is over 1,000 plus. So whoever that one day course can actually register. How much is it? Training ma, I've said it is 50,000 for our group courses, and then special courses are 100,000. Please, how may I register for the course happening tomorrow? Which course is happening tomorrow, sweetie? I have only training, my class, my student training. We don't have a free course tomorrow, but we are planning to have another one very soon. Thank you so much, Ma, for the training. It's insightful. Thank you, sweetie. I love that. Patient Akaiso. Thank you so much. Olubomi Ejinaka. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name very well, because Baram. Oh, so Ejinaka. We don't. The only class I have tomorrow is for my June IT specialist class. All right. So who else is talking? A patient of Akaiso. Patient, thank you so much too. I'm so glad you enjoyed the class and you learned from it. Uh, you are a sweet soul, ma. I love you, ma, from rooting for women. Yes, I root for women. Women, they try a lot, right? Just use your mother as an example. From giving birth to you, cleaning the house, cooking, making sure we are okay. So I think mothers are trying. I love the fathers too, because I actually love my daddy more, right? But we are giving back to our women, because you see a lot of men are in IT, but a lot of women, we are just there. Let's say, even if you want to take good care of your home, it's fine. That's why I'm bringing women, because this is a very good opportunity. You can actually work from home, right? It's a remote job. You can work from home at comfort of your home. You put your laptops, you are working, you are earning money, you are taking care of your children. You still have time to go to work. You still got, sorry, you still have time to work. You still have time to go to market. You still have time to take care of your husband, right? So it's a very good opportunity. That's why I want all women here. So let's pull most of our women from under the sun from selling petty things. Let's bring them in. You don't need to go to school to be an IT specialist. You don't need it. I've groomed people that don't even know anything, that I cannot even write their names. My friend, she's working now. We become friends after the class. She doesn't know anything. She doesn't know anything. She was selling ugu, right? Vegetable ugu, green, like in the market. I brought her out. I groomed her. She's not earning less than 4,000, $5,000 this time. She has two jobs. Tell you the whole truth. So it's possible. I want all women to be like that. I want us to do better, right? You can, please, can you run a promo again for us that are stay at home mom? Most of us in the East are being restricted from work. Exactly. I'm an Igbo woman. Okay, Fafam, Ugoma. That's what I'm telling you. Even if you cannot go outside, stay at home, take care of the kids, take care of your man, cook, put your laptop somewhere, right? Even if ordinary virtual assistant, handling ticketing, customer service, handling ticketing, handling tax, it's okay. You earn good money. Even working as a data entry, you earn good money, sweetie. I know, I understand clearly. But for free classes, if you're going to have a free training, sweetie, I'm going to advertise it very soon. If I'm going to have, but you can register. I advise you to earn. You cannot get the basic skill. If you want to work, face reality. Free classes might come once in 2 months or 3 months, or once every month. You cannot be professional with that, though I'm going to teach you from scratch, but it's not enough, my love. Thank you for encouragement, dear. Thank you so much. Aminat Zachary. Abimbola Favor. Well done, ma. I really admire you a lot, being a woman to pile all this tech together. I want to be like you. No, be better than me, sweetie. Can I join your Yes, you can join me, sweetie. Join me. July class is coming. We are starting July class in 1 week. So you can actually start. Don't waste your time. Stop waiting is enough. I need to start a job. So how can I? Sweetie, you can start a job when you acquire the whole skills. Sened Taliuku, I'm replying to you. All right. All right. Bimbola, thank you so much. Uh, Join the academy after the class just to register. From now till next week, we are going to start our July class. Okay, so you can join us. Ebuka Eze, can I register my mom? She's, of course. How old do you think I am? Your mother is 50. I think your mother is just a few years older than me. I'm not old though. I don't old though. I'm not a small girl. Oh. I'm not okay. For you to know I'm not a baby. I graduated in 2004. That is 21 years ago. Can you now calculate it? I graduated from school 21 years ago. Do you see how old I am? I'm very old. I'm not a young girl. Oh. My last child is almost 17 years. My last baby is 17 years. So I'm not a young. Just that I have a small body. How do I put it, sef? Adama can. I know the old. I know the old. You understand? All right, I love you all. So please, ma, drop it on my WhatsApp group. Yes, I'm going to drop the payment gateway. Just pay, forward it to me. Pay, forward it to me. You can equally post it on the group. We're not doing anything in secret. This is me. Go to LinkedIn. This is me. We are not hiding. We are registered. We are official. I'm going to show you. Hold on. After this answer, I'm going to show you all our students that we are dealing on. Can we have the lecture recording? Yes, I will try, my love. Thank you so much. The training is so exciting, expecting to be trained by you. Right, Amalachi Anuenyago. I hope I pronounced it very well. Anuenyago. You are welcome, sweetie. When you make payment, send it to me. Florence Oyem. Yes, I'm going to send the recording to you. Can my mom? Yes, your mom can register, sweetie. Your mom can register, but please, when she register, tell me. Tell me she's over 50. I have a student that is 53. We call them special students, so we don't treat them like every other student. You know, akwụkwọ mgbede, this evening class, we take us, we dey do am now. So we give them double and we make them to understand. We follow them slowly. We give them a special training. They can ask questions. They can write me anytime. Sometimes I do a Zoom call again privately for them to understand better. I use any language they want. Olu na Igbo ya sụọ Igbo kwa. Olu na broken, I buto na broken. Do you understand, sweetie? So don't worry. If you register your mom, let me know. If she's above 50, let me know. She needs what? She needs a proper care. Thank you a lot. Achalugo Muwai. Thank you, my love. That name is sweet. 12:15 events. Thank you. I'm grateful for this inspiration and encouraging. God bless you. God bless you more, sweetie. All women, we are together. We win, right? We win. Gone are the days. We don't need to go under the sun again, right? We don't need to. It's not a life. We want the best of it. We can be at home and perform the magic. I can't remember when last I even left my house. Sometimes when I go outside, people outside, when they see me, they'll say, "Are you still around?" Yes, I'm still around. I walk in the home. The only time you see me traveling is when I'm going for vacation. What business do I have to go and suffer under the sun, or go and face traffics and go and open door for somebody? Welcome, my welcome. No, my job, my office is on my laptop, so I want every woman to be there. See, I worked hell out of my life. So when I joined tech, I was like, gosh, do you understand? So this is why I genuinely, sincerely want all mothers to be the hero. I want us to be representing heroes in our families. I want our daughters to look at us and be like, wow, mom, right? So things are changing. Let's change with it. All right, sweetie. So when your husband has an issue and he's like, baby, I'll be needing 10 million, my containers. He said, baby, send your account. Yes, be a good wife. Help your husband. It's possible. Good husband, though, not be those crazy ones, you know? You know what I'm saying? Ndị nne mama. I missed most of the put frustration. I had a network issue. Are you going to be preaching on it next time? No, we are not going to talk. It depends on the cause, really. If there is need for us to treasure John, I'm replying you. So if there is need for us to repeat it, I will. If there is a course that led to Canva or design, I'm going to do it. Okay. Give us promo. Awoof, you are lucky that your name is not showing. Ruth Sonny, thank you so much for this training, ma. I really appreciate it. All right, sweetie. Ruth Sonny, I love it for you to bring out time. So we learn every day, right? So thank you so much. Idris Ahmed Sani. Thank you, ma. God bless you. I'm looking forward to join your academy. Idris, you are welcome. Just make payment before 1 week because from tomorrow is what? Tomorrow is 27. So by tomorrow we start fixing dates and time. So you can pay so that we'll be able to fix you. But she has been out from school for so long. Do you think? Yes, she will be able to cope. I told you I left school 2004. That's 21 years ago. Anyway, I did my master's and my PhD anyway, but I have grannies that sells things, not grannies, mothers that sell things in the market. Um, tell me that you are the one that wants your mother to join. Let's talk one on one and we face reality, right? So if I check and she will not be able to do it, I'm going to tell you that you are going to step in or your sisters will step in, right? So, but if she can do it, I'm going to take my time. I will put her under my special students. I have special students, the people that are aged and people that they don't understand fast. We call them special students. So we bring them up differently, right? But trust me, if I handle your mother, don't worry, let's reserve it. If I handle your mother, you will learn from her. All right, thank you. So Ebuka is all right, Ebuka, chat me after this. Let's talk about your mother. All right, she will catch up. All right. So Nelly's iPhone. How much is the training fee? It's 50,000, sweetie. So Jurihat Mohammed, I like the fact that you were so open to giving this tutorial wholeheartedly. Who would have thought this is a free class for us? I have seen record these classes. Really need to watch it again. I will do that, okay? Uh, Jury Hats Mohammed, I'm going to do that, sweetie. Thank you so much for this training. It's so much interested. Omotoso Beatrix Fulenke, thank you so much. I love you, and thank you so much for loving the training. Nelly's iPhone. How much? I didn't join to on time. My sweet mama, Nelly. I have a friend called Nelly. I call her my sweet mama. So the training is 50,000. I hope you're like my Nelly. Please, ma, don't forget to send us your number. Or how do I reach you? I'm in there. I'm in the group. I'm in the group. Um, Let me tell you guys the my last number. Okay, I will just say I'm the CEO in every group. I will write I'm the CEO. All right. So anybody that wants to talk to me can talk to me directly. You can DM is okay. You understand? So I'm going to drop it in the group. I will say I'm the CEO, right? So if you are here and you are not in the group, if you are here and you are not in the group, take my number. It's okay. I can do it here. We are all families, right? So let's help ourselves. Let's make sure that at least December, if I call anybody from my student, I'm coming back. I need this kind of things. He say, Mama, don't worry. I'm paying one week for you in a hotel in Abuja. Money good day. Don't worry. Money now what, all right? 081. My number 081 00296889. This is a Nigerian line anyway, but I'm part of the group. So you are going to, if you want to write to me direct, you can do it 081 00296889. Is that clear? So I'm in the group too. I was added too. All right. So Ebuka, that's my number. Tamunome Igoni. Sorry if I don't pronounce your name very well. I'm sorry. I am very impressed with you. How you broke down everything. So yes, we break it down. We start from scratch. If you see our CRM training, even if you don't know anything, if you are going on the road, you'll be smiling. You'll remember Zendex. You'll remember Trello. You'll be smiling. You'll be going. People will be wondering. You will not believe it's you after 1 month. I'm telling you in a recorded video, right? Trust me. I'm very impressed. All right. Thank you so much for taking your time, energy to teach us. God bless you and replenish you. Thank you so much, Igoni. Thank you too. In Phoenix, Edith George. When is the deadline to pay for July class? Can I pay by next week? Yes, Edith, you can pay by next week. The only thing you can do is to, I hope you copied my number. So tell me hi. I'm the one that said I will pay by, no, by next week. I will give 1 week. I will wait for 1 week. I will fix the class maybe after next week. So I want you guys to get the money to join. You understand? Join. Let's change things. Let's change the story, please. Join. I wanted to start next week, but I'll move it for 1 week. It's okay. It's okay. It's fine by me. I'll do it. Don't worry. Good evening, ma. Thanks for your powerful lecture. I would like to join the main class too. Yes, you can join the main class, sweetie. Olabi, Taiwo, Olufemi. You can join the main class. I'm going to drop, I will say on the line, I am the CEO. Please, anybody that pay, you can post it on the group, no problem. We're not hiding anything. Post it. We are registered, we are official, right? We are not stealing anything from you. I'm here. All my teams are here. We are many. We have a lot of sales teams, right? Is that okay? Please, ma, how can I get through your manager? I just said my name. Her name is Mrs. Rosemary. But from the group, if you get to me, I will send you to Rose. Rose is the one in charge of a lot of things. Okay, she's our general manager, so she will handle everything. But in case you don't know her, come directly to me. I'm equally in the group, so I will help you. All right. Faith Nemo, do you hear me? All right. Igwebike Ijeoma, thank you very much for this class. Please, I didn't get your number. You didn't get my number. I said I'm in the group. All right, I'm going to call the number again. 081 00 29 6889. 081 00 29 6889. Our flawless mama. Yes, my love. Yes, my love. Julehat Mohammed. I love you so much. And I love everybody that attended. We are going to see more. We are going to be more friends. I am really trying. The class is ending soon, just in less than 5-10 minutes. After we talk, we are not discussing. Don't worry. We have finished the class. All right, let me quickly show you guys our students so you know what you are going to see. You can see the screen, right? I hope you can still see the screen, right? All right, let me see. I want to show you. Can you guys see the WhatsApp? Can you guys see the WhatsApp? All right, this is our June class. I just want you guys to have a clip of who we are and what you'll be seeing. right? All right, this is the June class, June class. Or no, no, let's start. Let me see. I want where are they? Let me see this one. All right. All right, this is our recent class. So I wanted to see. So you'll be doing a lot of work, a lot of assignments. So get ready. You see, all these things are assignments. I don't teach you and you go and sleep. See, these are from our students. Within 1 month, they are all experts in their tools. I teach from scratch. I teach from scratch. I don't use template. I teach from scratch, right? So you can see a lot of things. It's a very interactive class. See, these are what they have learned, right? You must do your assignments, you must screenshot them, and you must post all of them. There is no exception. I don't care how busy you are. As long as you are here, I will force you to learn. Do you see? These are all assignments from our suite students. So we have a lot of them. This is a class, okay, D class. And the other one I opened is I think June A class. So we have a lot of sections. Is that clear? So we have a lot of sections. Oh, these messages are much. Oh, no, na pity me. I want to run. All right. Messages. When is the class in? And okay, well done, ma. We appreciate this, ma. How about our stay at that Dadio's? Can they partake? I stay at home, daddy. Oh my sweet Jesus. I want to do one program for my daddies, the best. I want to give them the best notion training. But I don't know when I'm going to fix it because someone told me something. He said, "Ma, you are not good though. You are doing partial." The thing I felt it. He said you are doing partial. So our daddies, we are nothing now. I said, no, at least I love my dad most. But let's start with the ones that actually, that is their hustlers, right? Somehow they will end up seeing something, being able to cap up something. But we women, we can't do much. So let's start from those easy ones. We can actually sit at home, make up beautiful, stay under the AC, right? On our fan, and we do the job, right? So our daddies, how about stay at home daddies? Olabi, Abigail, Ayodele. If I catch you, can they partake? Of course, my love. Our training is not for women alone, please. It's for men and women. Hey, this program is just named Women in Tech, but I know a lot of men were here, right? So don't worry. All our classes are not for men. It's for women and male. Be in your place, be at home, and join the class. Will there be a replay of this class? Because I missed the class. Patience. I've just repeated this several times. I will try. All right, sweetie. Okay. Any other question? And I love you guys that brought out your time to be here. It means a lot to us, right? So often we will try to be giving training. To balance the equation, I'm going to look for one very difficult tools. I'm going to scrape it for the fathers, for the real deals, right? So I'll look for something very, I'm thinking between a Notion training and ITF training. I will give them one, right? I want to bring their head down. I want to tell them what they can, that we women, we can do better, right? All right, sweeties, I love you all. And thank you so much for partaking. And if you're unable to join, I sincerely apologize. Okay. So I hope by next time we're going to get a better package to bring everybody in. We're not expecting up to 2,000 plus. It was something we just wanted to give back, and boom, we have over 2,000 people that registered. So, but anyway, that's a good thing, and I love you all. So if you have any further question, drop it on the group. I will drop my number, my name on the group, and I'm going to drop the account. So if you make payments, post it on the group or you send it directly to me. I'm going to arrange all the group. I'm going to make sure that's you are registered. So when you are registered, we are sending you official email and we'll be able to add you in the group section you will be. So we have groups of students, right? Because of the number of students, we used to put them morning shift, evening shift. So anywhere you find yourself, please stay there. That means the other group is full. All right, sweeties? And I love you so much. Good night. Sweet dreams. And ciao. Right? Ciao. Love you all. So if you have a question, please drop it there. All right. So I wait to close my door. Bye. You guys still want some more? Yalla, go home. I love you all. I will see you guys in the class, okay? Love you. Enjoy your weekends like our president. Ciao. Love you. Ciao. I love you, yeah, guys, so much. Don't worry. We're going to make it. We're going to turn things around together. All right? We'll turn things around together. Don't worry, okay? Bye. Bamba. Bye bye, okay? Ciao. Love you all. Love you all. Ciao. Aminat Zakat. Love you too. HP. Well done. Thank you so much. Love you guys. Ciao. All right. I'll be ending the video and thank you so much.